anybody.
Take this! Try this!
You're done.
Welcome to the show!
Welcome, folks. Thanks for joining us for BattleRekt live from the NG studios here in Burbank, California. My name is Gecks. Alongside me, I have FindableCarpet. We are here for EU 2v2 action. Got a great day of matches plotted out for you guys. Carpet, I know we've been over this before, but can you give us a little bit of background on BattleRekt? What's it all about?
So, BattleRekt is a fun tournament we're going to be putting on for you guys for quite some time, but for the remainder of this month, we're going to be doing a lot of one-off tournaments, each with its own prize pool, each with its own kind of rule set if we can. We weren't able to change much for today, sadly, but by Friday, we'll definitely have something new for you guys. Yeah. Don't you worry. But the biggest thing we care about is feedback. We want to know what you guys think. So you guys in chat, anyone that's joined the tournament especially, let us know what you think. Let us know if you like it, if you hate it, if you want the other guy back. Actually, this is kind of, hold on. This is not right.
You good? Good on the right level?
We're actually in real life more closer to the same height, but you decided to.
I try to make myself look a little bigger, man. I'm small.
It doesn't work. But anyways, so seriously, let us know what you guys think. You can say it right there in chat. We got people listening. I'm going to go back and watch every waking moment and hate everything I say.
Yep.
But yeah, let us know.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Let us know. You can do that through Discord, Reddit, as well as Twitter. Go ahead and check us out at BattleRekt on Twitter. You can yell at us there or give us praise, whatever. Remember, he likes being yelled at, so, you can go ahead and do that there as well as our personal Twitters. And, guys, too, if any of that sounds good to you, and you want to get in on this as well, you can go ahead and sign up for BattleRekt at BattleRekt.com. So, you can go through the links there. It'll take you to the GGN website, and you can sign up. We have a few more tournaments left this month before we get into our actual season in December. But anyway, Carpet, you talked a little bit about what, BattleRekt is as a whole. Today, as I said at the show start, we do have 2v2 action. That means, best of 9 rounds. It's going to be single elimination tournament, best of 1 maps, all the way up until the finals where it will be a best of 3 maps. And teams also pick these maps through a banning process, where, one team starts with the ban, and then they both just alternate bans until there's 1 map left. And in the case of the grand finals, which is a best of 3, there'll be 3 maps, and they use those, and the winner of that best of 3 will take our grand prize.
Our grand prize indeed today. Same prize pool as we've seen all week.
Yep.
First place going to go home with $200. Second place going to take home $100. Remember, this is just split between the 2 players on the team. And any team that makes it to the round of 8, which is everything you're going to see today, we're actually starting our broadcast at the round of 8 at the quarterfinals. Any team that made it up here is going to go home with a demonic steed.
That's right, the demonic steed, the illustrious mount. I finally have one now. I'm so happy. A
lucky left click.
Yeah, man. I'm pumped. I show that thing off like crazy. I love it. So, yeah, guys, 1st through 8th, demonic steed. Lots of good stuff. Anyway, with all that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at what we have for our top 8 today. What teams are going to be battling it out for those prizes, as you can see here. Looks like there's definitely some familiar faces up here that we've seen throughout BattleRekt so far.
Project Horizon making it to the finals last time, and in one of the most butt-clenching games I've ever seen. It was unbelievable. Definitely, if you have time, go back and watch it. They came in 2nd place, but just barely. They came in 2nd place by like 30 HP total between like all those games. It was absolutely phenomenal. Otorhinolaryngologist Mantis is the actual full name of that first team. I figured I should at least do the justice and let you guys know what that is against the oh so creative some name and my favorite Tinder.
Oh yeah, Tinder.
That's a great one.
You're a Tinder connoisseur of sorts.
Don't call me that.
Yeah, no.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, right. He's being shy. No,
he's calling me names.
Yeah, no, but we got some good matches coming up for you guys. Some exciting BattleRekt. So coming up first, it's Otorhinolaryngologist Mantis against some name.
I need to know why you added Mantis. You already had Otorhinolaryngologist as your team name, and then you decide to just tag on the word Mantis as if it does something.
Yeah,
there must be an inside joke.
The most crazy name up against the least effort possible put into a name. I love it though. I love it. EU always gives us some great team names.
They really do. And as far as roster goes, Otorhinolaryngologist Mantis has our good friend Hot Biscuit. We saw him do some fantastic plays. He had a great blind Ashka ult across a wall to snipe a Lucy that was just about to die. She thought she was safe. But now from Hot Biscuit, he's coming for you. He's teamed up with Woozak today. Or Wuzak?
Wuzak?
Wuzak.
I like Wuzak.
Wuzak is a lot cooler. Some name is Best of 4. I think his name's BO4.
Yeah.
Which logistically actually makes no sense. And then deal with a 1 for the L.
Yeah.
He's elite.
Oh, yeah.
So elite.
Love it. Yeah, man. So anyway, we're going to be getting into that game here in just a second, guys. So we'll be bringing that right up. We got some good stuff. This is just our first quarterfinal of, a whole big top 8 that we're going to be bringing
of a whole slew.
Yeah, a whole
There's
slew of matches.
4 quarterfinal matches.
Yep, 4 quarters, 2 semifinals.
4 quarterfinals make a whole final.
1 final.
1 whole final.
Yeah, we're pretty smart here. We tell you,
we do what we can.
Yeah, we know. So, anyway, we are just about to head into game here, folks. It is otorhino laryngologist Mantis against some name as we head right into the action. So, so far, just a little bit of pregame poke, nothing too crazy. And of course, if we're taking a look at team comps as well, we got to mention Ashka and Croak up against Rukon and Lucy. For our team comp. Center Orb is up, though. BO4, he's in there. He's in the middle, swinging away at Croak, getting a good right click off onto him as well. And now they finally go in for it. And Consume is up. We're almost at ultimates, at least on Deal. He's going to be up shortly, just supporting in the back. But now both teams are just getting back into their poke phase here as this orb is about to come up.
I can't tell if I want to call him BO4 or Boa. Either way, getting that good pull. Ashka taking some damage. He ult and doesn't get much out of it. Deals a little bit to Rakan, but the in-cap stun. Oh, the combos.
My goodness, so much burst damage
burst
down
on Lucy.
Now Barrier is going to come out as well, but still she is ailing quite badly now as the ultimate comes out from Rukon as well. Toxic Goo's going to come down. Lucy petrified right in the middle as well as Rukon. Lucy going down now. It is just BO4 left and Firewall coming up right in time to halt that right click. Very well done. And he's actually got a pretty good shot at this. I mean, Wuzak right now is really low. Orb is going to be secured by some name. Oh, now there he goes. Getting shut down just as the claw was going to suck Wuzak in, but that will give otorhino a 1-0 lead.
Once that Consume is down, it looked like Ashka knew exactly. There's not much he can do. He had no more spacebar. He had no more Sinister Strike, and he couldn't use his Consume, so all he could do was just tank those fireballs. Couldn't get out of it. I mean, he could have maybe used his R. I don't think he had the energy for it at the time, though. He wanted to try and deal some poke damage when he could, but against an Ashka who's built for that. I mean, he's got a low cooldown, though. I mean, the cooldown on his right click, on Rakan's right click, his Shadow Bolt, is really only a 3-second cooldown. Considering it has the potential to deal 30 damage, it's pretty impressive, but especially in a 2v1 situation, Ashka's going to just be waiting for his opportunity to just light you up.
Oh, yeah, he'll light you up. That's his thing. That's his thing. So, anyway, now 1-0, as we said. otorhino in the lead. Getting pulled in right away was Wuzak, and now he's up top, hanging out with Boa and Deal. And Hot Biscuit getting some of the right click in there. Firewall will be out to shut off BO4 for the time being, just as our center orb is going to be coming up. So Boa and Deal looking to get back in here as they secure that center orb. And now Barrier is going to be out. And Wuzak wants to put a little bit of pressure onto Deal, who's just been able to sit back so far this round. And now actually getting some good damage out onto Deal. Didn't have too much else to get away. Orb will be back up here shortly as 2 separate fights going on at the moment. Wuzak trying to work his way back over to Hot Biscuit, and he'll actually be able to secure center orb. We got 2 sticks of butter full and ready to melt. Deal and Hot Biscuit both have their ultimates up. And we should be seeing those relatively soon. Maybe not Deal's, but Hot Biscuit just waiting for the opportunity.
Oh, we see the one step. Will they do the combo again?
Oh, there it is. Beautiful setup. Getting the stun straight in, or the in-cap right into the Ashka ult. Well played. Beautiful setup. In-cap on the Boa as well. It's just great coordination between those two.
That is the equivalent of the Jade Snipe combo we see with Crook. And we do want to quickly apologize. We do understand there's no game audio. We noticed too. We're getting that fixed. Don't worry, guys. But we don't want you guys to miss out on some sick gameplay for BattleRekt, so we're just going to have to deal with our hideous voices as the only things you hear. Hopefully it's still enough to get excited, but that combo, I mean, I'm loving it. It's pretty much the equivalent of the Jade combo, but you just pair it up with the right click, you pair it up with those 3 fireballs. It does crazy burst damage.
Yeah, super timed well-timed coordination, I should say.
Super timed.
Yeah, super timed. These guys got it down pat, and right away they're putting pressure onto Deal. Is now just going into Deceit as Wuzak just missing the left click onto Boa. Center orb is up now, getting root and silence all over Wuzak, and Petrify is going to be out on a Hot Biscuit as well, trying to get that center orb secured, and Hot Biscuit already has his ultimate ready to go. Boa and Deal are going to have theirs shortly. Lucy getting pressured pretty hard. Is going to have to use barrier, roll away, get out of there. And Deceit was out from Wuzak, wasn't able to do anything with it. A nice right click connecting from Boa, but the health advantage slightly in favor. Oh, here comes the ultimate. Lucy getting caught right in the middle of that. She'll
the good pull
take
from
it,
Rukon.
and bringing it back in, and the barrier had to be used as well. And we're just about even in the health department. Just as I say that, though, Deal and Boa both getting hammered. The end cap barrier's out as well, and there's the setup. Hot Biscuit finishing it off with the right clicks. Lucy going down shortly afterwards. That is a quick 3-0 lead for Odo Rhino.
I mean, it's the CC right now that is just doing them in. On Odo Rhino's side, they have a total of 2.1 stun time, where when you look at some name, they have literally none. They have no stun between Lucy and Rukon. It is the hard part. He does have his pull, and he does build the silence, but it's pretty much the most CC they have. So against this, between the Deceit and the standard stun from, or the end cap and the stun from Croak, and then just paired up with the AoE stun and right click fireballs from Ashka, it is just too tough to deal with right now.
Yeah, they have excellent coordination on that as well. Two separate fights, though. Rukon and Ashka were going at it down in the bottom. Wuzak and Deal up top. And Deal really just trying to kite him as much as possible. Gets the panic into a right click. And right off the bat here, No Name is going to have Some Name, excuse me, is going to have
yeah, it might as well be the
decent
same.
health of it. Yeah, it's one and the same, really.
They're going to lack in creativity. That's what we're going to give them.
Yeah, exactly. And, here comes the goo comes out, but all for nothing, really. Boat got the shield last second from Deal as the ultimate coming out. Boa getting caught right in the middle of it. Got a lot of good damage onto him. Really needs those heals up, using Consume to make sure he doesn't take any more, and pulling in Ashka only for him to space out. But now here comes the ultimate, the firewall, cutting him off in time. Excellently placed, well-timed from Hot Biscuit. Now Boa is extremely hurt, needs to get some heals, but Lucy's end cap. Here comes that combo yet again. The end cap stun and just pounding her down with burst damage, and that will be a 4-0 lead.
It is so much time to land that Q. It is one of the more difficult things for Ashka to land, but it has some crazy damage. I think it deals 20 damage right off. Now, it has a pretty large cast time, which is usually why they give it a little higher damage to compensate for it. But he has almost a 100% surefire shot once that end cap comes out. Mm-hmm. He has all the time in the world to try and get it. And then he lands his right click. And if he lands every single fireball, plus the ignite damage, it's 50 damage total. If he can get all the ignite damage, if it doesn't get clarity potioned off by the Lucy. So, that's the amount of burst damage coming out, that's just obscene.
Yeah, that is a lot of burst damage, a lot of CC, and these guys are coordinating all of it beautifully thus far. So here come Wuzak was trying to get in for the stun. Boa saw otherwise, and already he's taking quite a bit of damage. Now they're all over Deal as well. They'll have the health advantage. Odo Rhino, they get the orb as well, and here comes the barrier out onto Boa. Came out from Deal, getting the Petrify onto Croak. So now Hot Biscuit's out there getting the shift right click. Here's the combo again, the ultimate. Shutting down Lucy. See you later. It's just Boa. He'll go down right after his teammate, and a quick 5-0 sweep. See you later, Odo Rhino, moving into the semifinals.
Hot Biscuit playing out of his mind, some crazy plays, but I love it. Ashka's ultimate, it's one of those situations where you're scared to do it because it is a little projected. Yep. You can hear him charging up, you know it's happening, and you have an idea he's probably going to be aiming at one of us. Right. So you usually you save an iframe for that moment. If you can react quick enough, it's not the hardest thing to dodge. And there is a damage over time on the ground, but paired up with that end cap, between the stun, because it also gives you, I think it's a half-second stun. It kind of picks you up in the air. It's about a half-second stun when he does hit you with the ultimate. Yeah. So I think paired up with his own stun and the end cap and Croak's other stun and the ultimate, it's literally just melt material.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, especially when you get it onto deal the Lucy, there's really not much you can do about it. You're just screwed, and they timed it well, as you were saying, about just so much burst damage that they can get out, and they really had no way of dealing with it. Completely outclassed their Hot Biscuit and Wuzek, taking down Boa and Deal. So that is a quick 5-0 sweep for those guys.
And he had an average damage of 546 per match. But we're going to go and take a quick little replay of that game. It was actually in the very first game. It was the double petrify into the goo. And then Lucy ends up getting killed in it anyway. She's going to goo on top of herself for security, hoping that they won't dive in, but it does not matter. He gets that. Look at that shackles. He gets it in there, and then he gets out of the goo, tries to finish her off with the right click. He gets the first fireball from his space after his first BattleRekt, and then the other end cap pushing him out of the goo so they can hone him down. Being able to just avoid that Lucio, not take any damage over time, even though they had that in the bag.
Yep, and they just one of many beautiful plays from those guys throughout that match there. They will book themselves a spot in the semifinals now, making it into the top 4. So we still have 3 more quarterfinal matches coming up for you guys. So plenty of more BattleRekt action to go here today. And Carpet, what do we have coming up next year?
So coming up, our next match is actually going to be, if I have this correct, it's going to be Project Horizon and PogChamp. Project Horizon came second last week, as we've already harped on it.
I'm excited for that.
Incredible gameplay. I mean, 2-1-3, 2-1-3, played an Advismind Rakan and Bako. Some of the best flicks you'll ever see in this tournament. It was phenomenal, honestly.
The guy's mechanical skill is honestly on some other level. I know a few other people have said this, and I would probably go as far to say too. I think he is probably the most mechanically skilled player in the game right now. I mean, there's definitely people that rival him, but I just think all around the guy has just got so much, the mind games, the mechanical skill with those flicks, and just the counters. When he was playing Bako, and they were up against Jade. I mean, like literally, he would get that counter like as the shot was going off, and reflect it right back at her. Just such good mechanical skill. I mean, he's definitely one of the best out there in a league of his own.
Yeah, I mean, the only team that beat them last week was Telrask, which is Teldo and Varask, which barely. I mean, again, Game 5, every single round, best of 3. It went to the final round, or Game 9, I guess, right?
Yeah,
it went to the, apologies. Yeah. I've been climbing the ladder too much and getting angry. Just to harp a little bit on that comp we just saw last time, the Ashka Croak comp, what worked out so well for them is usually Ashka's right click, which, as I said, can deal potential 50 damage. You rarely will land all 3 of those, but pairing that up with the right click, it just did crazy damage. And then its ultimate. I mean, they were dishing out over like 130 damage per combo. It was obscene because he was able to land his he gets the Deceit in cap. They're able to pull that off, and then he gets the stun, so there's some 2 damage right there. And then he's going to start wailing while the Q comes up. The ultimate comes up, another half-second stun. And there's just so much time for him to just wail on him, while Ashka just deals all the damage over time, especially if he gets the BattleRekt where his stun has a damage over time as well on the ground. With his ultimate, it's obscene. Plus the Ignite.
It's Ignite.
Actually, I think it ignites you. It's a new damage.
Whatever.
I said this wasn't wrong, it was skewed.
Yeah, exactly. It's we'll cut you a break, at least for now. I don't know if chat will, but I mean, it's chat.
Ruthless anyways.
It's
and he had an average of 532 damage per round. They only had a health pool of 420. So he was easily dealing both their health and then some every single round. Hot Biscuit playing hot. I'm excited to see him going to the semifinals. They have advanced to the semifinals.
Yep.
This will be our quarterfinal coming up next. They're in the picks. I'm sure we have our audio issue fixed, at least I'm hoping.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Our people,
we'll
people behind the scenes are giving us looks. We'll see. So we are headed into it, and I am super stoked to see this one. Project Horizon. You're always gonna see something cool with these guys. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, we take a look at team comps from Project Horizon, that classic comp that they ran last week with the Rukon Lucy. And then over on PogChamp, we have Condemned playing Shifu and Void King on Sirius. Super dive heavy. Those guys will be all over you like a new pair of shoes. It's going to be good. Blanks is going to have to definitely be careful in this one. But 2-1-3 always comes up with a nice clutch EX claw to save blanks just in the nick of time. That's what we saw last week anyway. So we are headed right into it here. Orb is up.
Flick for the orb immediately.
Wow. Right onto it, and now
God,
they're
so
trying to
many
put some
flicks.
pressure onto Lucy, and they are all over her so far. 2-1-3's got to come to the rescue. Panic and Silence both out. They proc that counter, though, pulling Shifu back right afterwards was 2-1-3, and he's already taken a good bit of damage. Got to be careful. Oh, that Petrify just missing. And Void King up top is all over Blanks, and 2-1-3, meanwhile, is just taking Condemned to town, but now they're starting to gang up onto Blanks. Condemned, though, very hurt. Here comes the ultimate. Oh,
the
gets the
double
in-cap here into the Petrify as well. Condemned went down, and now it's just Void King getting pulled back, and he'll use his ultimate to no avail, getting shut down 1-0.
He still has 100% health. He still has 100% health.
That's disgusting.
He's phenomenal. I mean, just his ability to also know the cooldowns that are coming up. He knew exactly when Shifu was about to counter. He literally just looked at him. It was almost like, I see that.
I
you
know.
You think I'm going to fall for that?
Yeah, come on.
I'm going to fall for that? He just watched.
Yeah.
And it was like in the heat of battle, they were both just left-clicking, smashing each other, and then just like, boop, nothing.
Yeah, man. The guy is literally reading other people's minds, I feel, half the time. It's truly is something spectacular. Right away getting the pull on to Void King. Gets the barrier from Blanks, and here comes Void King now, knowing that barrier is down, wants to add a little bit of pressure onto the Lucy, but she'll be able to fight him off at least for now. 2-1-3 getting the silence. Condemn will secure the orb at least for PogChamp. But right click's going to connect as well. Counter is out, but got absolutely nothing with that. As Condemned still just trying to get onto Blanks, but he's just getting pounded with damage over and over. He hit his counter, gets the end cap onto Lucy. The goo did come out, pulling him into the goo. My goodness, beautiful. 2-1-3, shutting him down. Void King's out of it. Now it's just Condemned using an ultimate in the middle, gets the barrier. 2-1-3 did from Blanks, and Condemned.
Still 100%. I mean, you're just not. They're not able to deal with it. And it's funny because I just talked about how this combo has almost no CC between the two of them, but it doesn't matter. They're just going to keep going. I mean, to be fair, neither does the other team. Neither have stuns.
Yeah.
At least off the bat, of course. Like
right.
Given their initial. I mean, we do have the good panic from Lucy, though, which is, you could say, is a pretty hard CC, to be honest. I mean, it completely removes them from the fight. It's almost like a reverse escape where you're forcing them away from you. But in general, I mean, their health pools are pretty similar, 440 to 420. The DPS is actually heavily onto Shifu and Sirius. They both are between at their M1 DPS. They both have one has 25.7 DPS and one has 28.5, and they like to chunk. And here comes the chunking. Yeah,
they already got a good bit of chunking onto Blanks, and just continuing that as Void King as he's trying to get all over here. Got panicked away and tried to hit his counter as well. What a flick from 2-1-3 as well. And Project Horizon is able to secure that center orb using that Reaping Scythe as well to heal up a little bit. And the counter is out yet again. He's not going to fall for it. Ultimate from as well. A double ultimate. Now here comes the ultimate yet again from 2-1-3. He's trying to pull them back in, getting silences. He's not biting on that counter, though.
He really isn't. He knows exactly when it's going to show up. He knows when to pull for it. But the sustain from his ultimate kept him up, and now his teammate's going to get hounded down. Let's see if he has another clutch EX grab. It's looking like Blanks actually got away. He might be all right dodging that harpoon.
Barriers out from Blanks. Got to be careful. Here comes the goo. Condemn's going to get himself out of there just in time. The end cap onto him as well, but now Condemned and Void Knight are separated. The Petrify is going to land on the Blanks, so he didn't have any way to get himself out of there, and using the barrier on himself in that meantime. And there's the counter, the flick over onto Condemned as well. He's hanging on by the skin of his teeth up there. He needs a heal desperately. Using the counter. He's not going to fall for it, though. That's absolutely beautiful.
Another one.
What is this?
He has baited every single counter out of these players in the last 2 minutes. It's obscene.
Oh, that's awesome. And here comes the ultimate as well. He wants to finish off Condemned. He's so hurt. The goo comes out as well. Condemned super hurt. Blanks is ailing down there at the bottom. Oh, they're all over Blanks. Taking down Condemned in the last second. Void Knight as well. Void King, excuse me, he'll go down. That's 3-0 for Project Horizon.
2-1-3, looking like he was going to go down about 40 seconds prior in that match. He was getting outed, he was getting low, but that ultimate sustained just a bit too much. It stopped him from losing any more max health. He kept himself where he had to. He tried to pick up what he could, try to get a few orbs after that, but it didn't matter. He was able to just hound them down, baiting all those counters out. His flicks, I'm telling you, we saw those happen earlier. We saw those happen last time he joined. I mean, they're so hard to deal with because he projects his attack so well, and then he's like, never mind.
Yep.
Just completely changes
Just gonna
exactly
180.
what he's gonna deal with it. He completely 180s, and then he slams it into your teammate, still with 30 damage, massive amounts of damage to get caught off by, and unbelievable.
Yeah, we're seeing it yet again from last week. That was the MVP of last week in my book, and he's continuing that here. It certainly is a lot of fun to watch, and he's helped them solidify a 3-0 lead. Blanks has been doing a good job of being able to deal with Condemned and Void King as well, who, they've tried to hound her down a good bit, hounding down that Lucy, but with the help of 2-1-3 as well and good management of barriers and using panic, have been able to keep himself alive over there as Void King already trying to get in. This time 2-3 hitting the counter, and Void King will immediately go in and try to get onto Blanks, who's going to have to roll away, and he gets petrified. Now the barrier comes out, gets in-capped. And the orb goes out as well. Condemned continuing to harass Blanks in the top there, who can't really do anything but other than just kite as much as possible. And look at this, they're still going, and now pulls him in, uses the ultimate. 2-1-3 hasn't really been able to find all that much with it so far. Gets in-capped by Condemned, and now they want to try and add some more pressure onto Blanks. Void King hitting his counter. This could spell trouble for Blanks as he goes down. The ultimate from Void King, beautifully played from PogChamp, and now it is just 2-1-3. He's got to go big, uses his ultimate as it gets in-capped. That should be the end of him.
Slow him down, bring him to nothing but
dust.
So close. You'll see Rakan building the damage. His Agony BattleRekt in round 2, but I mean his Shadow Bolt accuracy is unbelievable. I wouldn't be surprised if he does that every single round. I mean, this extra 6 damage, it could be a potential of 36 if his weapon is charged. We see Shifu doing what most Shifus do: Ceremonial Spear, Poisonous Strike, Mantra, and Recuperate for the first 4 BattleRekts.
Yep.
And Sirius, same thing: Sunbath, Celestial Cycle, which just gives him that tank I don't want to say tank, but more burst damage. Right. He lets off a fully charged weapon, and then he R's into you. If it makes contact, he has another fully charged weapon to just dish out right into your chest.
Right into your chest. And now they're getting themselves back in it a little bit. PogChamp, they've made it a 3-1 game now, making it interesting. 2-1-3 hitting Condemned's counter yet again here. And so far, while they're just keeping Blanks on his feet here, rolling around. The center orb is up as well. Void King easily able to take that. The end cap onto 2-1-3 as well. Maybe time to add a bit of pressure onto Blanks. And Void King hit his counter, immediately went to Blanks, but gets pulled back from 2-1-3. And now... here comes the ultimate. Already doing a good bit of damage to 2-1-3. He's going to get himself out of there, going back to the middle and meeting up with Blanks. They'll secure the center orb. And the ultimate came out. Gets silenced right in the middle of it, though. Condemned and hit the right click, pulls him back in. Finally getting end-cap to shut him down. Goo comes out from Blanks so far. Hasn't gotten all that much with it, using it more so for some protection in the meantime. But here comes the ultimate from 2-1-3. Condemned is pretty hurt if he can manage to get a pull on him. Did get one. It's not going to proc his counter the second time in the in-cap on to Blanks. Another ultimate here out from Void King.
Trying to heal up Condemned, but he gets panicked away, which actually might have saved him from the wrath of 2-1-3. We're going to see a silence coming out. The Petrify on Lucy, they're trying to just take them one at a time, but it doesn't seem to matter. Look at Rakan just tanking all the damage. He's going to ultimate, pull them in.
Double
Get this sustained, but the end cap might waste his ultimate a bit.
Gets petrified right in the middle as he pulled one in, and now Condemned and Void King both pretty hurt, though. Large health advantage. The silence. And
running into his own death.
Absolutely destroyed, and the right click from 2-1-3 now making it a 4-1 game for Project Horizon.
That time it looked like Blanks had all of his max health. 2-1-3 taking a lot of damage for a while. He was literally just getting wailed on. But between the heals of Lucy and eventually he brings up his ult as they both get petrified, so he's able to get like 2 swipes in, which is about 32 heal. immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think if he hit them both with one swipe would be 32 because it's per enemy hit.
Yeah.
So like one swipe healed him like almost back to max. He was able to get a few and able to tank as much damage as he wanted.
And now they are one round away from being able to secure this match here as Blanks, the doubling cap actually, the center orb up as well. And that will go the way of Condemned and Void King, I believe, and they're almost up on their ultimates as well. Almost 2 full sticks of butter on the side of PogChamp, so they got to be careful immediately. The health advantage slightly in favor of Project Horizon, pulling in. Void King again will use that Reaping Scythe, and here comes both ultimates at the same time, and getting some good damage onto Blanks, who now is pretty hurt here. He's got to be careful. Staying back, getting healed up, and the ultimate out from 213 as well. Not able to find really anything. Pulled Condemned on one of them, got Void King as well. Now actually pulling Void King all the way in, chunking that damage, gets petrified, and Blanks now just trying to get 213 healed back up, and he is not going to bite on that counter. No, sir. And the ultimate out. 213 secures the orb, though. Blanks taking a good bit of damage, has to wrap back around on the opposite side as 213 gets petrified, though Clarity Potion will bring him right back into the fight. And Blanks now barrier down, roll down as well. Got to be really careful. If they jump on Blanks right now, they could easily secure that kill, though. The panic getting Condemned out of it. The Toxic Goo as well. Void King hanging on by the skin of his teeth. The right click connects from 213 as well. And they hit that counter. Or Blanks did, I believe it was. And he went for the ultimate right for it. And then 213 went for the ultimate as well and got petrified in the middle of it. And now Blanks up top is trying to stave off Void King.
The banana!
Just going down just at the end. Void King able to finish her off now. 213. Good amount of health to be able to pull this one off, though. I think he's got a shot.
Yeah, 46 of their 29, but they just got an orb. He's got to be careful if they start building up that ultimate. But he can probably build this up sooner if he's able to get a lot of hits in. He's just going to tank this damage, try and keep it sustained. The silence, Shifu now has his ultimate. They're going to wait until it's down. He's going to grab a little bit here. Try and keep himself. He's got his R. He needs to use it now to try and escape, but he's going to take all the damage.
Oh, man, he had no way to get out of that. The ultimate from Condemned. And PogChamp keeping themselves in the game still. It's match point for Project Horizon now 4-2.
I think he was saving up for his ultimate because he did have his R off of cooldown, I believe, and he had around 50% energy, so he could have escaped from the ultimate. But I think he was hoping to just be able to shield enough damage, get his ultimate, and then get his sustain. Because honestly, without his ultimate in a 2v1, it's going to be really hard for him to be able to take the damage that Shifu and Sirius can put out, especially since Sirius did build his burst combo.
Yeah, Sifu. I kind of like that. Sifu. Yeah, combine the two. It's a good combo. All right, here comes the Sifu combo. They're already onto Blanks. Void King hit that counter, trying to now get back onto 213, and now wrapping around for Blanks yet again, applying that pressure, keeping him on his toes. The barrier's down, roll is down as well for Blanks, so he's got to be careful here. As that counter was hit, the double petrify actually, and now they are just all over Blanks. The ultimate as well. Barrier coming in just in the nick of time, but still, Blanks still getting separated from Rukan, and he's got to be careful. He's quite low on health now, down to just 46. Condemned himself is a bit low here, and the barrier will go down, so gotta be careful, as the health advantage is in favor of PogChamp slightly. At least at the moment, Petrify is going to be out. The ultimate coming through. The barrier clutch from Blanks, able to land on his teammate. And the ultimate from 213 as well. Hitting the counter of Void King, though. Lands the right click as he comes back into the fight. That center orb is up. These guys don't care about it at the moment, as Condemned now just trying to hunt down Blanks. Gets the hook in and will use his ultimate, getting some good damage off. And 213 is petrified as well. Got to be careful. They're both just diving in for it, taking down Blanks, and now it's a 1v2 yet again. And as you were saying before, super tough to pull off against this Shifu Sirius combo.
They're doing a fantastic job of just keeping Blanks pinned down. They're using their in-cap. They're using their Petrify to just keep 213 out of the fight. But if Sirius goes down, this could spell trouble. He's got his ultimate, but I don't know if he can deal with both the damage and the heal from his Sirius ultimate.
No.
He's going to get petrified. His ultimate's going to get cooled down. He's going to try his best, but this might be the end for 213 bringing this.
Oh,
a
yep.
4-3 match.
Man, they're keeping themselves in it. I mean, that's two match points they've been able to fight off now. So it's 4-3, and man, so far they've really just been able to. I mean, I think put some good pressure onto Blanks, and you know, when that barrier's down and her roll's down, I mean, she can get chunked pretty hard if they both dive on her. So anyway, let's get right back in. Goes for the counter. Condemned, not able to get him to proc that, as already Void King, he wants to go and hunt down Blanks. Blanks is just trying to sit in the back. Gets a silence off. Oh, hit that counter. That was a bit sloppy from 213. I feel like he was up on that counter for a little while. He knew it was there, but the end cap out. Condemned. Just as he was about to secure the center orb, 213 pulled him back dive in. Oh no, but he gets. Oh my goodness, he got in cap right as.
He had to R away from the end cap to ensure that he didn't get any invulnerability.
And the ultimate is out from 213 though, as now pulling Condemned right back in. Has a silence, gets in cap though. The counter hit from Condemned is now he wants to keep the pressure up on to Blanks. Void King diving in as well. Barrier and roll are both down here. I don't even know if Blanks has his E at the moment, is able to hit it actually on Void
silence
King,
out of the ult.
Still great silence out of that ult, but still going
back
in and trying to get that ultimate using that whirling blade. And the Petrify as well. Condemned actually quite low on health.
Condemned is still going to try and hunt down Blanks. He has no more counter. And I don't know if he has a pull left. He has the material. But capped out of the ultimate.
Just as he was going for it, and now he will at least hit it on the tail end. But the Petrify as well. They're getting some great CC on the 213, giving them a chance to, go in for Blanks.
Lucy's barrier is so strong.
It really is, and now barrier and roll are both down, so he's got to be careful. The end cap yet again onto 213. And now they are just all over Blanks getting that pull in, though. The goo comes out as well. Nobody's going to get caught in it. Void King actually Condemned. Super hurt. Blanks finished him off with the left click. Now it is Void King trying to keep his team's tournament hopes alive. So hurt, and he's not able to. Gets shut down by 213, and that finally secures it. Project Horizon taking it in a 5-3 win.
Is that really the damage? I see 946 damage.
That's
from
disgusting,
213. I mean, just the amount of heals. And look at the protection. 644 protection average per round from Void King.
Man.
That's unbelievable.
That is crazy. Actually, because, I mean, normally you see Lucy pretty far up there, though. Granted, a lot of that game she had to just spend her time getting away from those guys. It was, doing whatever he could to fight those guys off. But
I mean, that's the tactic you got to deal with this. I mean, this Rakan Lucy, they don't have much hard CC, so they did a good job of just finding the time. They would just in cap and just deal with Rakan. They're just like, stay away. We're gonna go hunt down Lucy because again, when she has no roll and she does go the first battle right on her barrier, which pushes people away, which is probably the smartest, especially because you don't have much CC on your team
against that kind of comp.
So it gives her just a little bit of room to play, right? She can push them away. If she comes back, she can clarity potion them even further. It's no hard CC per se, but it's enough. And then, her panic. So she has ways to deal with it. But once those things are off cooldown, and you don't want to have to waste your clarity potion if you don't want to, because, again, you want to use it to maybe free Rakan from an in-cap or a Petrify, because those last for an uncomfortable amount of time.
Yeah, definitely an uncomfortable amount of time. And Blanks, though, did a good job in the end, really, of fighting those guys off, because I mean 213 was CC'd a lot of the time. They were really keeping the Petrifies and the end caps up on him a lot of the time. So well done. And then they'll move into the semifinals.
They will. And let's take a quick look at a replay. It was actually in Game 2 of that series. 213. This is when he pulls Sirius back into the goo. They love this combo. We saw him pull this off so much when we've seen him get the first goo, and as soon as Sirius gets out there, he waits for his ultimate. He tries to get one pull. His ultimate wears off, so then he uses the actual ability he has, his E, pulls him back into the goo, gets the silence, stops him from using any counters or escaping, and then they just together wail and pound on him until he is down. Shifu does go for the orb. He tries to help his friend from a distance because it does give your allies all 20 total health, 10 current, 10 max. But it wasn't enough. Sirius goes down in the goo.
Yeah, it wasn't enough getting shut down in the corner there thanks to the goo and some big stuff from 213 pulling him right back into it. So Project Horizon, as I said, moving themselves on into the semifinals. And speaking of things bracket related, let's go ahead and take a look at what we have.
That was smooth.
Going.
That's good. You must have rehearsed that
Yeah,
one.
you like that?
It was real smooth.
Yeah. But so anyway, you can see now we do have our first semifinal match set up. It will be Rhino, whatever.
Laryngologist Mantis. Laryngologist Mantis and Project Horizon.
Yep.
So Hot Biscuit.
Hot Biscuit.
Going against 213. And
That'll be
a
good.
match I am excited to see. I mean, both of those players we've seen in our 3v3 and our 2v2 just absolutely dominate. So I'm stoked today. But we are about to watch Burning Sands and Tinder.
Tinder. Burning Sands and Tinder. Two more great names.
Slightly punny.
Yeah, I like it. I'm a fan. So they are headed into game right now, and we'll be able to bring that to you guys in just a second. This is our third quarterfinal of our four total. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm almost there.
We've got it.
Yeah. So third quarterfinal. I can't. I gotta go home. Third. I'll try this one more time. Third quarterfinal, and Sorry,
we also
I'm
do
looking
understand
at-
there's no audio. Trust me.
Yeah,
We know.
Yeah, sorry, that's
We know.
what we're working on at the
We're
moment.
still trying to
getting
figure
there.
that out.
But anyway, we're into it, guys. We're headed into game. As we look at comps, we have Lucy Ashka on the side of Burning Sands and Pearl Shifu for Tinder. And right away here, getting on to Ashka was Shifu. He hit his counter, and Lucy's going to get in-capped as well. That EXE bubble, a lot of good burst damage. Barrier will have to go out for Oboluf. And now Gazag is a bit separated from his Lucy at the moment, as she's just kind of caught right in the thick of things, having to use Barrier yet again. And now it's kind of two separate fights, as Shifu going in, able to roll away was Oboluf, and he's so hurt though. He's got to get some heals down, and he's just gonna sit up top trying to keep his Ashka friend. Ooh, my 7 bananas actually taking a lot of burst damage. Well, really needs those heals quickly. Really needs those heals from Pearl. The orb's gonna be up. Here comes the goo. Pearl's able to get out of it, but the ultimate from Ashka is gonna do a lot of damage. And meanwhile, Pearl just trying to counter, do whatever he can, hitting Pearl's counter with Ashka. It didn't matter. Yeah, he's like, come here. I don't care.
Yeah, he wanted that off.
Yeah.
Some fantastic baits from Lucy. She was so low. She baited Shifu in, and then she just put on her barrier. 50 more health for me, please. 50 more active health for the next.
Thank you very much.
Way uncomfortable amount of time, to be honest. But for the next 2.5 seconds, she pretty much she over doubled her health. I think she had like 40 left. She gave herself 90. So Shifu baited on her, tried to go in to get the final killing blow, but then it didn't matter. Ashka came in to help save the day, and they eventually got the goo stun combo.
The goo stun combo.
The goo Q combo.
The goo Q.
The goo
combo.
Q.
The goo Q.
That's got a cool ring to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only applicable for this one team comp.
Yeah, but hey,
you
know, we're gonna milk it for all it's worth, baby. I love it. So anyway, 1-0 lead for the Burning Sands, and ironically enough, a team with Sands in their name doesn't have Oldor, but who's
But they do have a burning.
Yeah, they do have a burning. They at least they got that 50%. Not bad, batting 500. But here we go. Right back in as hitting that counter right away, able to try and get that silence off, diving just in time to get out of the way of Gazag's stun. And 7 bananas able to secure the orb and hits his counter, getting the end cap onto Lucy. Now they want to try and burst some damage down onto Gazag here. Got that silence as well. Oh, goodness. He's taking a good bit of damage. Got to be careful. As now they're kind of controlling the center at the moment, right as this orb is about to come up.
They want to try and snipe this. Lucy does have a fully charged, Pearl's a fully charged weapon. She's at 22 damage. She gets panicked away, leaving Shifu all to his own devices. He misses an in-cap, but he still has quite a lot of health. He's able to deal a lot. Both getting caught in that ult.
And now he's separated from Lucy, though, and he's a bit hurt. He's got to be careful, jumping right back over to the opposite side, putting a lot of pressure on the Pearl. Here comes the goo as well. She used the bubble on herself. The clarity potion's huge from Oboluf. Beautifully placed to put Pearl right back into the goo and finishing her off. And now it's just 7 bananas, all to his lonesome in a 1v2. And that's going to be tough to do anything here with Lucy on the field, sustaining everybody and their mother. In the meantime, right click from Gazag will finish off 7 Bananas, and it's a 2-0 lead for Burning Sands.
Some clutch moves there, and we do see she did go adhesive component, so her Clarity Potion inflicts a 30% snare the last 3 seconds. So she's going to put you back into the goo, and you're slowed for 3 seconds, which is actually a really long snare, especially most of the snares in this game are a little bit shorter. And we see Ashka building his spacebar, building his Searing Flight. He went Blazes first round, which is pretty expected. You want to be able to get that Ignite pretty easily. And then going Fireward, which gives him the shield, which is why he's able to just dash in, get that damage. And then if he has to use his E to get out, he can do so, or maybe even get a barrier from his ally, which helps push people away.
Now hitting the counter right away with 7 Bananas. And Gazag up top. It's separated from Obeloff at the moment. And the orb is going to be up as well. And Burning Sands able to secure that. The barrier is going to go down onto Gazag as well, and he's just up top, putting that firewall down and just left-clicking for days, just applying that pressure and hitting the counter yet again from 7 Bananas. He's done that quite a lot so far in this game, but Avexen got separated, just dodged it. Here comes the ultimate from Gazag, does connect a little bit onto Pearl, and here comes the goo yet again, and Avexen's caught right in the center of it as she goes down. Pearl, and it's 7 Bananas again, 1v2, and I'm not hopeful.
No, definitely not. Pearl, another champ that heavily relies on her mobility ability, her space bar. I mean, without that dive, she did go Power of the Deep, so whenever she dives, she does get a charge on her weapon, but if she gets Toxic Goo right after, she has to bubble shield herself, and she has to try and use her bubble to push herself out. But as we know, Lucy's good enough to then push her right back in with a Clarity Potion.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we were able to dish out I think that was 100% of the damage from her ultimate, which you don't see happen very often.
No, that does not happen at all. And also, to Obeloff's credit,
92 damage, by the way.
What's that?
92 damage out of a full Lucy ultimate.
Which is just wild. And I mean, Obeloff, too, doing a really good job of timing his ultimate for when he knows that those cooldowns, like the space or whatever, some of those getaways are down, and using it for those moments. But that puts them up now at a 3-0 lead, Burning Sands, and Gazag down low is going to be by his lonesome. Center orb is up. 7 Bananas, the easy secure. Oh, the double end cap as well. Quite a big range on that. The barrier goes down on the Gazag as well as he goes up top, collecting up some of those Skittles, and now Obeloff connecting up with his teammate. Yet again, everybody's just taking a moment to heal up, and that firewall is going to let him just apply pressure from distance. But hitting Avexen's counter.
He's hit like almost every single one of Pearl's counters.
I know. It just keeps happening. And here it comes yet again. Waited for Avexen's
getting pushed back in with his E.
Ridiculous. And now it goes down yet again. That's 3 times now. I believe that the goo has finished off Avexen. That's just unreal. Doing such a great job of pushing players right back into it. 7 Bananas buys lonesome again. But man, this goo is just unreal today.
They've done a fantastic job of using it. He just walks slowly around Pearl as she heals herself, pushes her right back in. She goes to dive out, and then shows up in the goo again.
Yep.
She definitely didn't use her full range of her dive. I don't know if she was trying to bait them into thinking she was going somewhere else, but she literally dove under the goo and then just showed right back up in the goo.
Right back
Very
up
interesting. But she's gotten a lot of her counters procced on us. I think if she takes more advantage of that, I mean, that heals her as well. It's not just a counter that negates damage, but she's also going to get healed for 16.
Yeah.
It deals 16 damage to anyone around her, and she gets a fully charged weapon, her Volatile Water, which deals 22 damage plus a silence. So if she can do that and then dive and do it again, that's 44 damage right off the bat, which takes 4 off your max if you don't get healed in the meantime.
Yeah. Yeah,
plus,
I mean, it's
plus 2 silences, so you're pretty much silenced for, what is that, almost 3 seconds, or I guess 2.4 seconds?
Yeah, and if I'm not sure if she has it, but I know the one BattleRekt as well. You can take increases that silence duration, which I believe
that is what
she
she's
did
done.
take.
So it goes from 1.8 to from 1.2 to 1.8, so an extra half second. So an entire second extra if she can land both silences back to back.
Yeah, you can really do a lot of damage with that charged staff using the counter, and actually had to space out as the stun from Gazag came down, and he puts that firewall out and will just sit there and pound away. Man, they just keep hitting all these counters.
Another counter.
They just keep hitting them all the time.
Somehow it doesn't seem to matter. Forcing her to use her dash. She's going to silence him.
And hitting it yet again there. Hitting Shifu's counter this time as he's immaterial, applying pressure to Obolov, but now they switch focus. Well, for a second, switched it over to Gazag, but got the end cap onto Obolov, and using his counter, not going to proc it that time, but now Gazag in a bit of trouble as he goes down. Actually, didn't got the shield, the barrier from Obolov, getting that center orb just barely. Oh no, Gazag in a bit of trouble here. 7Bananas wants to try and hunt him down to Vex and just missing that empowered volatile water. And oh no, getting pulled in with the EX harpoon there. Beautifully done, and brought Gazag right back into the fight. But now
he's gonna load him up. He's gonna load him up in that.
Yeah. Oh, got the stun on the Pearl as well. She has to use her barrier shield.
We're gonna see an Ashka ult coming up in a second. He's gonna try and line it up. Get them both.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, just missed the Vexen, but here comes the goo yet again, taking down Pearl. That's, I believe, 4 times now. It's unreal. Getting it with the goo, getting Pearl caught in it. And, man, 7Bananas got to go huge. Tournament life is on the line for Tinder. Just as he was mounting up, gets hit by a fireball. Sad face. Feels bad, man. And I think the end is near for these guys as... Well, I guess really 7Bananas, but their tournament life is going to come to an end right there as Burning Sands takes that match 5-0 against Tinder. Very, very well done. Much thanks to the goo as well from Obolov.
Just out-sustaining in damage. I mean, even that round alone, Ashka got 600 damage, averaging 661 a fight. The next best on Tinder was 323 from Shifu. Not a whole lot. I mean, even Obolov
came close to out-damaging.
him. They just had full control of the field. And surprisingly enough, if you go by just burst damage of a single ability, the Shifu Pro combo actually had, if they don't have their ultimates, they have a 50 damage burst without their ultimate, right? Being able to use some energy abilities. Whereas Ashka Lucy, they only had 32. So burst capabilities with a single ability, which is, I guess the way I'm qualifying the burst is instant damage, right? From a single ability. They had 18 more bursts, so they could have actually taken some off the max health just from a burst combo, but they weren't able to get those off just because they're getting hounded down so far. And plus, again, Lucy's shield negates so much of it. I mean, the barrier alone negates that entire burst combo. 50 shield. We've talked about it so much. It is so massive to keep that cooldown for the perfect moments.
Yeah, exactly. It's super, super useful. And the thing is, though, once you use that, I mean, for a Lucy, once you use that, you don't have much for yourself. If you're going to, use it on your teammate or, even on yourself, got to be careful because once you use it, not all that much else to get away and kite damage. But, they did a good job of it there, managing the shields and using other, getaways and escape abilities. So they take it, they move on, they will book the 3rd slot in our semifinals. And coming up here in just a couple of minutes, we will be getting into our last quarterfinal of the day. And that will set us up then. Once that is done, that will be, what do we have?
Our last quarterfinal of the day is going to be Flower Power against Zab is our master.
Zab is our master.
He's not on the team, by the way. Jolty and X-Black, or Jolts for short. And then on Flower Power, could be a mistake, but it looks like the roster consists of Sizen and also Sizen.
Sizen and also Sizen. I think mistakes were made here.
I believe so. It's actually Winghaven taking a look at the end game at the moment. It's Winghaven and Sizen against X-Black and Jolts. Yeah,
and it's gonna be a good one. Our last quarterfinal. I want to know who Zab is also. Who is Zab?
Who is Zab? Yeah, let us know.
And why is he your master?
Or make up a good story. Everyone in chat, I want to see your best story of who you think. Or who you think Zab is and why he's their master. But now that we've got a little bit of time waiting for them to pick their maps and do their thing, we're going to take a quick little replay at the last game. It's actually going to be in Game 3. Just a fantastic Ashka and Lucy ultimate to take out this Pearl, which we saw do happen so many times. That Ashka ult laying on that DOT. Shifu having to walk through, and then there you go. The goo shows up. She just takes it. They take the counter even. Just who cares? I don't even care. And then she gets queued inside of it. She gets stunned on top of it. That was the time I think look at that, and not much longer, it fades away. nearly taking all, what was it, 96 damage I said for the full Lucy ult. She probably took about 80 damage total. She healed up a bit from getting her counter. I think she right-clicked 1 to 12, so she was in there, but it did not matter. Yeah,
I mean, just so much burst there, because Lucy did hit I think 1 or 2 left clicks while she was in the middle of it, but that combo was just huge for them all game long. I think it had to be 3 or 4 times. I can't remember the exact number during that game that Pearl was killed by the goo. Setting it up, whether she got Clarity Potion back in or pushed in by Ashka or whatever. It just set up great, allowed them to secure a lot of rounds there, and they move on. And soon we will have our full semifinals set up, guys. And remember, if you ever want to participate in some of this fun action, remember that you can sign up at BattleRekt.com for any of these tournaments. Feel free to head on over there, and you can get in. We have NA later today. We've got NA2s later today. We got 3s on Friday, 3v3s, all sorts of good stuff. Get in on the action.
Yeah, I mean, let us know which format you like better. I mean, 2v2s and 3v3s clearly they surround a much different style of gameplay. With 2v2s, you can really show off your mechanical skills. We've seen from players like 213, just able to really show off. But in 3s, it's a lot more timing your abilities, trying to get that great composition of abilities to just really wail somebody down, really take out that damage, and just knock their max health down, just hit point by hit point, slowly able to burst it. But again, it's the same thing. I mean, you can do defensive comps. You can really protect each other and protect your allies in 3v3. So let us know what you like more. Let us know, feel free to tweet at us at BattleRekt. You can do whatever, or even right there in chat again if you're really lazy and don't feel like going to another website. I understand. I do it all the time. Just type a little quick thing. We'll go back and read it.
Somebody will see it.
We'll send you an angry email later and tell you, please don't tell us we suck.
Be gentle. Be nice. To me. Remember, he likes being yelled at.
Make it hurt. Make it hurt.
Make it hurt. He's just a masochist. This guy's he's wild. All right. So
we are getting into our team picks right now. They have picked their map. We are going to see Skyring Knight.
Skyring Knight. And remember our rosters for this: Winghaven and Sizen against X-Black and Jolts as well. And they're getting into their picks here, and now we'll be heading into game in just a couple of seconds. So last quarterfinal of the day, that'll solidify our semis. I am pumped. We're gonna have still a lot of good BattleRekt action to go here in today's tournament.
I believe we have sound, ladies and gentlemen. It's looking like we have some audio coming through.
Yeah.
Praise the audio Lord. Got it worked out, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize for the complication, but sometimes stuff happens. Sometimes stuff just happens, and you're gonna have to roll with the punches. But we see another Jamong, which we actually hadn't seen in EU. We didn't see it in EU at all last week. We didn't see any Jamong, and now we're gonna see a Jamong paired up with your old buddy Sands of Time and a Pearl Esmo. We saw Jolt with Esmo last week. Fantastic plays from Esmo, definitely showing off that Esmo does work in competitive play.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. We didn't see it much, really at all. I think last week in the EU 2v2 tournament, much of the Esmo, but super fun to watch, and we'll be getting into it here just a second. Last quarter final of the day. We got Winghaven and Sizen up against Jolts and X-Black. We've seen these names certainly before. Jolt's doing a nice 360 on his right click there. He has Seeker's Mark down on it. He's got to be careful. But that orb is going to be coming up right now as Pearl gets rooted, and Jolts is going to have to back himself out. Does secure the center orb for Zab as our master. And Chrono Flux down as well, allowing them to just pound away at them from range. And that barrier from X-Black is going to go down onto Jolt as well, just after he used his. Not managing them the best, but it works. Jolt's tried to time his right click to grab the orb just as it was coming up. It's a little bit too early. At least I think that's what he was doing.
Yeah, I think he might have forgot that it's not round 2 yet, so he doesn't have the increased length, so it's a little bit short of channel time, I believe, potentially.
Ooh, using the ultimate from X-Black, but couldn't quite find the jaws to land on anybody. Sizen got himself out of there just in time.
There we go.
Able to secure the orb, pulling it in And health is pretty even at the moment. These guys are just about dead even on health. So now stun coming in. Sizen taking a good bit of damage though. He gets the petrify onto Pearl. So much burst damage as Sizen throws his E down while they have that Sands of Time. And
that pull is just so nasty. Such
huge.
good orb control. Pretty much one of the only people that I think has the equivalent orb control of like Jade and Rakan, being able to get that pull or that hard snipe, that big burst damage.
And now, Eves thinking BattleRekt gets the stun. Oh, so much burst onto Sizen, and here comes Jaws as well. X-Black able to suck him up right in it, and now he'll come out, gets finished off, and it is just Winghaven 1v2 as he's stuck right in the middle of his bubble. He's able to get some bunch of left clicks in onto X-Black, but still, he's a bit of a sorry fella at the moment, and should be finished off here shortly as the stun comes in. First round will go to Zab as our master.
Now, Ezmo has crazy damage. We all know that. But, you know, the thing with him is he doesn't have a whole lot of burst. His ultimate's very projected. Everyone knows it's there. You hear it coming. It takes a while to actually explode. So getting caught in it, like we've mentioned earlier, is a bit of a gamble when you use that much energy on an ultimate that's really easy to dodge.
Right.
You want to combo it, of course, with your right click and get that pull in, but everyone knows they want to get out of sight or save that iframe to dodge your pull. But it's more the amount of the capability of the damage if he lands everything. His Tome of Destruction, when he places that down, it has the potential to deal 40 damage in just itself. Now that's also while you're wailing on them with your left click, your DPS, which I think is around 30 if you land every single ability, or if you land every single click, right? And just in general, the amount of damage that he can sustain is almost unmatched. But the issue would be if he is suppressed and he's not able to get those things or land, or you're just out of range, he really relies heavily on his right click or using his space to get in and get out, but then he's almost he has no mobility after that.
So, Jolt's going for the big right click there, missing his root as well onto Winghaven, and Sizen now getting pressured a little bit by Jolt's great pull on that orb. The bubble was there to help shield it off so they could secure it.
You're taking so much damage.
Yeah, but now he's just sitting there pounding away at Jolts. You just got to be careful because, man, that Sands of Time will eat at you as time goes on, so they say. Just missing his right click yet again there. Chrono Flux and Bubble both out as these teams try and battle it out. Get it just barely. She is so hurt. Winghaven trying to hunt her down. Jolts might be in a bit of trouble here as well. He no longer has his own shield. I'm not sure if his space is up. There it is. He finally uses it to get out, but he's super hurt. Here comes his ultimate as well. Got Sizen in the middle of it. Pulls it back out. Beautiful. Winghaven getting eaten up by Jaws as well. That was so beautiful.
Unbelievable. He's going to put out that tome, try and press him down, but he goes down. Jamong. It is now. We've seen X-Black do this in a 1v2. Let's see if he can do a 1v1, but against a Jamong who can dish out incredible damage using his EX left click to have sustained damage, making it so hard to read when that was going to go down. This is going to be tense.
X-Black putting down that bubble. It is starting to go into sudden death here. It's going to have a... Oh, no! Winghaven setting it up right when Pearl came out of the dive, and that will tie things right back up here 1-1. Man, that Jolt's ultimate was beautiful though.
That was gorgeous. He just literally destroyed Old Door, but it doesn't matter. Too much damage coming out of Jamong, able to take them in a 2v1. Yep. I think Jolt's took a little bit too much damage. We saw, as you said earlier, Old Door caught in a corner, but he put that Chrono Flux up in front of him, which makes him almost untouchable from an Ezmo. Unless he has his Tome of Destruction he can place on the other side of it,
right. There's
nothing he can do unless he... And jumping through that is a bit of a risk. Having to use your spacebar to get in and then back out, then you're just left in a situation where you have nothing left to do.
Oh, Jolt's doing, I think that was like a 720, and then able to land the right click onto Winghaven and pull him in. And already Jolt's
stuck in there.
Down. Yeah, his shield is already out of it. Here comes Chrono Flux and Bubble yet again, trying to secure the orb. And X-Black and Jolt's able to do just that. Pulling in Winghaven was Jolt's unable to quite land the root, but X-Black and Jolt's will have...
Oh, just waiting the timing of Chrono Flux.
Oh, gets
ballsy
the root.
move.
That is very ballsy. Gets the root. X-Black actually taking a good bit of damage. Got to be careful. Uses counter. Not going to bite on it. Ultimate's out. Nobody home to receive the ultimate, though. And Now Winghaven really is just like all over X-Black at the top right now as Jolt's getting that root onto Sizen. Really good burst damage using the ultimate. X-Black unable to suck up anybody in the jaws. The tome is out from Jolt as well. He has his ultimate. He's ready to use it whenever. Sizen's spacebar is down as well. So maybe an opportunity though. Oh, that was great using the shield. Sizen and ate up that right click, able to then send it right back out, getting X-Black with it. So now 2 full sticks of butter for X-Black and Jolts, and they have really good wombo combo potential with these 2 ultimates. Oh, here it comes. Did get Winghaven right in the middle of it. Jolts goes down though. Now it's Pearl, X-Black to be specific. 1 versus 2. Here comes the alt. Sizen able to dodge it, and Winghaven will finish X-Black off. That's 2-1 for Flower Power.
Jolts had to dedicate a bit too much to try and get that final blow, trying to pull them into that ultimate, but it leaves him pretty immobile. He just sat there and take the damage. We saw a couple of really good combos. He'll put up his absorb, and what happens is essentially for every 10 damage he absorbs, he'll get an extra charge onto his left click. Now his left click, as standard, only has 5 full charges. It's a bit like Jade, and at the end it takes a second to fully recharge. 6 damage per click, but when his absorb is up for 10 damage, he can absorb up to 10 full charges. So once he's full after putting up his absorb, he'll use his right click, he'll pull you in and stun you, and then just wail all 10 into you, which can lead up to 60 damage if he lands all 10 of them.
Yeah, that's just
plus the right
crazy.
click, which can be upwards up to 22 if he gets a fully charged right click on you.
Talking about some big burst right there, folks. Big burst indeed. Here comes center orb up. Jolts is going to secure it for Zab, is our master. And right away, X-Black almost up on his ultimate. That tome just pounds damage, man. This Winghaven has to get himself out of there. Sizen gets rooted. Will have to use his space bar to get away. X-Black actually taking a good bit of damage, has to use barrier on himself, and it's gonna, that petrify into the burst damage. The E from Sizen is just so good. Really pounds damage onto X-Black, or anybody that gets caught in the petrify, really. And that stands the time, again, will eat at you. It will just missing the right click. Jolts, EXE down, gets popped out.
Pushing it out. Blue ends up getting a Flower Power, just pushing it out of Orb's red bubble, or Pearl's red bubble.
Just in time. Here comes counter from X-Black, not able to connect. Gotta watch out, those arrows are gonna be coming through in a second. X-Black though getting hunted down by Jumong. She uses her ultimate. Unable to actually land it on anyone. Here comes the Esmo ult as well. Not gonna connect onto anybody. And now it is just a poke battle, at least for the time being. Both teams sitting back, getting healed up, getting ready to reinitiate. Landing that root onto Sizen, just about even in the health department on both sides. Just as I say that, actually, well, still about even now. Never mind, Red getting chunked down a little bit. They're just sitting in the back, right? X-Black getting really hurt there. He's able to heal up, but gotta be careful. Oh my goodness, Pearl so close to going down. The barrier came out from Jolts, but Sizen doing a really good job of bursting that damage and getting pulled in. Was Sizen ultimate out. Winghaven landing his and just blasting Pearl out of the map. And that will be yet another round going to Flower Power, 3-1.
They didn't look so good in the beginning. They were having a tough time dealing with the Esmo Pearl combo, but they seem to have gotten it unlocked. They're now pinning them down, doing a great job of saving their mobility. They know what they have to be careful of. We saw some great tome damage from Jolts, though. I mean, he put those out at the perfect moment when they don't have any more mobility, because they use the mobility to try and get away from the bigger damage, right?
Right.
At least what they perceive as the bigger damage. They want to get away from his right click. They want to get away from Pearl's silence. But then also, once they can't go anywhere, he'll put down that tome and he'll just wail on him. He's able to just dish out like usually 40+ damage in just that one volley of attacks.
Yeah, that thing, serious damage that you have to fear if you're out there on the field. But 3-1 it is. Orb is gonna be up.
Goes to Flower Power.
Easy, secure for them. Using that Chrono Flux. a lot of the time. Sizen just throwing it out there, really good for helping secure that center orb. But Winghaven actually getting pulled in that time by Jolts, and a lot of good burst onto him. In fact, as he goes immaterial to get out of there, Sizen pulled in by Jolts yet again, has to use his spacebar to get away. Jolts has his ultimate. He's gonna put him right in the middle of it. So much damage onto Sizen as he's desperately trying to get away. Then X-Black getting him right in the Pearl ultimate. Afterwards, spaces out just in the nick of time. He's hanging on by the skin of his teeth. He's gotta keep himself alive, desperately hammering away at the right click to heal himself up, and a lot of in-caps out. A lot of CC onto Jolts and X-Black, and Sizen yet again low on health. He's got to be careful, but he's just sitting in the back line right now as that center orb gets taken out, and gonna see almost...
Oh, the Tome.
That Tome, man. He'll sneak up on you too. Oh, the pull-in onto Winghaven, and then just the left clicking him down. Beautifully done. Sizen now 1v2, pretty hurt, and this is an almost impossible task for the man.
This is a combo I want to see them utilize a bit more. We did not see this. Ooh, Esmo, what are you doing, buddy? Oh, that was a little funky.
It's a little funky.
But he gets that pull-in with a potential 1.25 second snare, or 1 second, sorry. So his stun. He got disruption round 1, so depending on how much he charges it, his stun's run from half a second to a second. But then, Pearl has increased her silence from 1.2 to 1.8. So if she can time her silence to happen right after that stun wears off, they can be just sitting there tanking damage, especially if she silences them as he puts that Tome of Destruction down. In 1.8 seconds, he can most definitely put out almost 1.5 volleys. At least an entire volley into them. I mean, that would be crazy burst damage. I haven't seen them pull it off other than there towards the end, but I'd like to see them do it more. I think it'd be a good way to take that max health away from the enemies.
Right away, X-Black and Jolts. Actually, Jolts having to use a lot of energy there on the shields and EX abilities as he now meets back up with X-Black. The center orb will be up again in just a second. So far, just poking a little bit. The Tome is out as well, using that to try and secure the center orb. X-Black has Jaws now as well. So, it's still just a big poke war for these guys. Nobody wants to initiate too heavily here. Things have been pretty tight so far.
He's got that.
Yeah, ate it up, but just trying to throw it back out there, landing the E onto X-Black as well, chunking away with that Sands of Time damage. Oh, Sizen getting away just in the nick of time. Couldn't quite connect the wall, got in the way. Who put that wall there? Man, Jolt's just getting himself around the corner.
There it is.
Well done by Sizen. He ate up that right click from Jolts and then just tossed it at X-Black and pulled instead. That Chrono Flux. And that center orb is going to go over to blue that time, and almost ultimate, about half energy actually for both guys on the side of Flower Power, but still X-Black up top, pretty hurt, is gonna have to heal up. Jolts as well, taking the damage, a lot of damage coming out from Sizen onto X-Black, who is going to use Jaws, but Immaterial's out. Winghaven dives over to the other side of the wall. X-Black goes down now, it's just Jolts. He's kaput. That's 4-2.
It's not looking too good for Jolts and X-Black now. X-Black, 1 game away from being taken out of this tournament in the quarterfinals. They have made it far, but will they make it farther? Flower Power looking strong with the Eldor Dramon combo. I mean, just between their in-caps, their snares, their just raw damage over time, the Sands of Time in general, especially one of those things you don't really want to waste an iframe to get rid of it, but that means you're going to be taking damage no matter what. And if you do use an iframe, maybe you want to time it to at least be placed well into battle at the same time. Another absorb of the right click. He's going to wait patiently and try and get a good pull. There it comes.
Yeah. The Arcane Barrier just in time. Actually able to get Sizen with a good right click as well. Puts that Tome down, but he gets petrified in the middle of it, so he can't utilize it. Now Jolt's just reworking himself. He's a little bit caught down here at the bottom. X-Black mounting up, coming to the rescue, trying to meet up with Jolts to assist him. So that orb, or center orb, will be coming up in just a second, and nobody looking to initiate too heavily here, but that orb is down, and X-Black just about up on the ultimate as well. Winghaven has his as well, pulling in Sizen there with another great right click, using that Time Bender to eat up some of that empowered, some of that volatile water. But now 2 full sticks of butter for Winghaven and Sizen at the moment.
Oh, see the counter coming out of Pearl. She's trying to protect herself with the orb. Oh, but an ultimate from Jamong. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage that time. Gets the CC, but not entirely useful in that fight.
Now Chrono Flux.
So many Chrono Flux.
Down, yeah, that Chrono Flux so useful. Has a lot of utility. In a lot of different scenarios as well. X-Black is going to have to use Divers.
Another one.
Got caught in the bear trap. And Sizen Winghaven almost up, but X-Black and Jolts both have their ultimates as well. And here it comes. Jolts is going to put it out there. Not able to get anybody inside of it, though. And that might spell trouble as he actually gets rain of arrows all over him. And he's just got to take heals from X-Black at the moment. So hurt. He's got one more space left to get away. Super hurt. Needs the heals, though, from Pearl. As X-Black trying to wrap around the other side of the wall. It is sudden death pulling in Sizen.
He pulled him in. It could be.
He may have just pulled him to his death. Oh, gets the barrier shield just in time.
Bubble shield, the ultimate might. Oh, there it is. It's in the bubble.
Oh, my goodness. Not going to connect. X-Black also really hurt. They're just pinned down in this corner. There's nothing they can do about it. They got to just heal up and reinitiate. Try and take this next orb if they can. And that's actually X-Black trying to start that process. Gets in, capped in the middle of it.
Down.
Uldor goes down now 1 versus 2. It's just Winghaven left in it. Oh, he's finally goes down, man. Wow. 1v1, no, Jolts. Oh, man.
Managed to snipe the orb last second, give himself the ultimate, push Esmo out. So close, Flower Power taking the series in a 5-2. Credible gameplay from everyone there involved. Sad to watch Esmo go so soon, because I do love watching Esmo competitive play.
It's a lot of fun.
But the Chrono Fluxes, my God. We saw the BattleRekt from Uldur. Whenever he uses his mobility, his spacebar, it puts a little mini Chrono Flux down because he knew he'd be dealing with so many projectiles. Esmos are all over the place. Those weird fire lightning bolts, they're almost overwhelming to look at. You can't really decipher one from the other. It's just this big stream of death coming your way. And then Pearl with all of her volatile waters, trying to get those full charges. That 22 damage and the silence, which she ramped up to, what was it, 1.8, I think is what it get ramped up to?
Yep, 1.8.
So just all the Chrono Flux is going down everywhere. I mean, between his main one that he puts down and the one from his spacebar, he's able to gain a lot of control of the field, which I think is what really shut down that Esmo. Yeah,
super good for trying to secure the center orb as well. Of course, Pearl has the bubble to try and do that. It was a constant battle between the Chrono Flux and the bubble trying to secure the orb. It's great.
614 per round on average from Pearl.
Yeah, it's just wild. We are going that actually secures our spots into the semifinals, which is great. That'll be coming up soon. But I believe we also have a little bit of a replay to show the folks back home.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at that last play, that final, just that game-winning play at the very end. We see Uldur go down. Pearl trying to escape. Jamong putting the orb just in that rain of arrows as well as Pearl, and then instead he actually uses his spacebar to go and try and finish off Pearl. He uses his second charge of his spacebar to finish her off, and then he snags the orb, uses the 50% he gets because he's the last man to push Esmo out, who has no choice but to walk slowly back in the walk of shame, try to get into the light. It didn't matter. Then he used a fully charged right click to finish him off. Small reactive plays. I mean, even just that placement of that rain of arrows, perfect. Just on the orb and just on Pearl, forcing Pearl to slowly try and walk out, putting her in a more open position. He uses his spacebar to get away from Esmo, but he had a fully charged left click, so was able to recast it. He uses the second one to finish off Pearl, and then when he snags the orb just in time, it gives him enough health. I think you get, if you're the last man standing, you get 25 current health and 10 to your max. So we got a good chunk that Jolty wasn't able to burst down.
Well, we have our semifinal set, folks. That'll be coming up in just a little bit. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket and see what we have coming up for you. So, Odo Rhino, the thing, the nose and throat doctor thing.
Otorhinolaryngologist, Mantis.
Yeah, Otorhinolaryngologist Mantis. Yes, there it is. Going up against Project Horizon. That'll be our first semifinal, and then Burning Sands against Flower Power. After that, winners go to the finals where they duke it out for our $200 first place prize, $100 second place prize, And, well, everybody here is getting mounts anyway. But
See, I got something, right?
Yeah, right.
I
yeah,
feel
a
like
little something.
at this point, because they probably have all the items, that almost feels like a participation ribbon when you're like,
yeah, it's like,
here
you go.
Get this for coming this far.
You tried.
You came in last, but it's okay. You get the green one. The green ribbon that actually means like, good job.
Good attempt.
I hope it doesn't feel that way because we do honestly want you guys to want to compete.
Yeah.
We want you to make it to the end. I hope you're liking the show, and if you do, seriously, feel free to
let us know.
Sign up yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to BattleRekt.com. Let us know if you want to sign up, and by letting us know, you should just sign up. Then we'll know right off the bat.
Yeah, that's a good indicator for us. And so you can go to BattleRekt.com, sign up, guys. Also, remember that you can tweet at us as well. Keep up with things, BattleRekt related. See some cool clips and whatnot at BattleRekt on Twitter. You can find our official Twitter there. So we will be bringing you guys some semifinal games here in just a little bit. We're going to go take just about a 5-minute break or so, and we will be back to bring you guys those matches. Don't go anywhere. BattleRekt semifinals of the EU 2v2 tournament in just a few.
Whirling blade.
Thunderstrike.
Special delivery.
Take this. Try this.
You're done.
Welcome to the show.
All right, guys, welcome back. It's BattleRekt EU 2v2 action. We're about to get into our semifinals here shortly. My name is Gecks. This is FindableCarpet. Man, we had some pretty good games. So far. We're going to be getting into some even better ones here in a couple minutes.
Some hot 5-0 sweeps in the beginning, but our first semifinal match, we're going to get to watch 2-1-3 and Hot Biscuits, some of the more mechanically sound players we've seen in our EU tournaments. I'm excited to see them go head-to-head. See if they pick their normal team comps.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really fun to watch. So let's go ahead and actually take a look at our bracket, see the matches that we have coming up here for our semi-finals course. First, we have Auto Rhino Laryngologist.
Hey, you got it. Hey!
Yeah, I got that. They're going to be going up against Project Horizon. That's what we were talking about. It's going to be a barn burner of a matchup. And then right after that, we'll have Burning Sands versus Flower Power in what should be another good one.
I'm expecting to see some intense matches for both these semifinals. Hopefully we make it to the final game of each round. And remember, this is the same we just saw. Best of 1 map, best of 9 within client. So first of 5 points takes the victory.
Yep.
Remember, folks, they're playing for cash.
Playing for cash. That's right. $200 for first place and $100 for second place. And those are obviously split amongst the 2 people on the team. And, of course, 1st through 8th all get the demonic steed. So everybody's got a little something to take home today that you've seen. But that cash money is what these guys are trying to fight for. They got to get through this match first if they want to try and grab up some of that green. Some of that green money.
Some of that green.
Some of the green.
Get them hundos.
Yeah, that's right. Them hundos, baby. Well, we got a good one coming up, guys.
The same team comps. They did stick with it.
Yep.
Ashka Kurok and Lucy Rakan.
Yep.
What we saw them perform so well in the round of 8.
Yeah.
Now to the round of 4, they will continue on with the same team comps. I'm curious to see how it's going to work out. Hot Biscuit, his firewall's not going to be as well because he's only dealing with a Lucy and the right clicks from Rakan as opposed to shutting down an entire ranged champion. But if they can nail those combos that we saw, the Kurok in cap stun with the Ashka stun and right click fireball combo.
Yeah, it's might be a tough time though. Tough time for 2-1-3 and Blanks though. I mean, these guys, they know what they're doing a little bit. Look at that barrier comes in.
Takes literally no damage.
Yep, pretty much nothing at all. And Blanks right now trying to fight off Wuzak. Petrify is out onto 2-1-3 and actually getting an in-cap, pulling Blanks just as the burst damage was about to come. Waiting for the perfect time. There was 2-1-3. Beautiful. Petrify is down onto 2-1-3 though, and the barrier is out from Blanks as well. Still has a roll to work with, should have a roll, but Blanks now actually has Toxic Goo ready whenever, and the barrier will be down yet again for Blanks. Hits that panic onto Wuzak to keep him at bay for a little bit longer. There's the ultimate though, nobody home. Ooh, going for that ult, there it is from Hot Biscuit. They got the stun into the ultimate. Didn't really do all that much to 2-1-3 though, still pretty healthy overall. And they're going to go in using Consume just at the right time as Wuzak was in his Deceit camo and now getting a silence onto him as well. Shifting his focus a little bit. Actually pulled him while he was in Deceit with the E. 2-1-3. And landed the left click as well. And he's just hammering away right now.
The Q ult combo from across the wall.
Did a good bit of damage from 2-1-3. Onto 2-1-3. Deceit is out. Nobody was around for it though. For him to connect on, and 2-1-3 hitting yet another silence onto Wuzak with that fully charged sight. Goes into Deceit again, going on to Blanks. Put that clarity potion up at just the right time so he'd be able to get himself out of the stun when it came in. Beautiful timing. He panics away Wuzak actually and lets them secure that center orb. 2-1-3 has his ultimate. Blanks has his as well, so a lot of butter coming up for these guys. And Deceit yet again, he's gonna try and wrap around the backside. Does get it. There's that stun, trying to combo, pushing her out. A lot of damage. She's just trying to heal herself.
She has
get
no
back
roll.
in.
She has nothing.
Doing so much damage. Ultimate out from 2-1-3 as well. Ashka ultimate's not gonna connect with anyone. Trying to jump back into the middle.
There's the
Finally
damage.
going down. Blanks now 1 versus 2 for 213. Has to use his R to just get some extra time. Does take down Ashka. Really needed to get those green health orbs. Couldn't quite get there in time, and that is going to be 1 round for Odo Rhino.
Hot Biscuit, what a combo. Pushing out that Lucy. She had nothing. She even tried to like clarity push herself. She tried everything. She wanted to just
like
heal
heals.
as much damage as she could have, but it did not matter. And I think it chunks directly from your max health as well. So as soon as she came back, she had nothing. She had like 40 max. All she could do is get bursted, and then they still land that combo. Being able to land those stuns in succession, it really just lines them up for so much. Although we do see Rakan trying to save his, his EX grab, trying to grab that ally. He put Lucy at a danger once. He's going to try and do that as much as he can.
He's been known to come up huge with those EX grabs. So anyway, it is 1-0 for Odo Rhino. And right away, barrier is going to go down onto 213 as he pulls in the orb as well. Gets stunned just as that right click was about to connect with the orb, and it allows Hot Biscuit and Wuzak, I at least think so, they were able to grab that up. Double Petrify here, and another in-cap. So much CC onto 213. And now they're stuck at the bottom here for the time being, landing a good right click onto Hot Biscuit. He comes in, the Petrify onto 213 as soon as he lands. And Deceit is out from Wuzak, wasn't able to connect. Health advantage really in favor of Project Horizon right now, though. Double Petrify down as well. But Deceit isn't going to connect with anyone yet again. So center orb is coming up, and as I was saying, huge health advantage at the moment for Project Horizon.
Good job using Molten Change as much as possible, but they want to make sure they time their stuff. Oh, the panic into the wall. He's going to hit the burst. Even if
here comes
he's going to get
Crunch's going to go down.
Oh.
Couldn't get himself out of there. And now Hot Biscuit is left for dead in a 1 versus 2 and a very sad face to go along with it. And that will tie things up at 1-1.
Panic silence combo, just leaving the last 80 chunk of his health down for the count, leaving it for the dogs. But we talked a little bit earlier about the combos that we have here, these team comps. Lucy Rakan doesn't have any hard CC. They really, aside from the panic, Rakan really only has the silence, which he has to build into because of his BattleRekt, but naturally his character only has the pull, so nothing that can stun or remove someone from play particularly, I should say. But again, he has one of the highest damaging ultimates. Granted, he's able to land a lot of his ability. We haven't even seen him use his ultimate yet so far in this match. He's been saving his energy for his R to escape from damage, for his shift claw to maybe help his ally out, or even for his shift spacebar to heal some health up on the side. We haven't seen any ultimates come out from him.
It's a pretty big gamble when you ult with Rakan, as we've stated this before on BattleRekt, that if there's CC on the other team, they can shut it down pretty easily a lot of the time. So you got to be careful when you use it. But anyway, so far just a lot of poke back and forth, and Hot Biscuit, Wuzak not pressing too far. They're content to just stay in the middle and try and keep center control for the orb, which is now coming up. And it's out there. Oh, 213 pulling it last second. Beautiful. And now Blanks has ultimate. He's going to have to use some EX abilities and some energy. But now they both have them. So 2 full sticks. Here comes that goo. Is going to get Wuzak in the middle of it. Couldn't quite connect with the clarity potion, though, to pull him back into the goo. So that will be not all that much value off the ultimate, but 213 is going to have his here soon as well. Gets end cap clarity potion from Blanks. Will take care of him nice and easily, and the roll is out. Barrier is down now as well from Blanks, so he's definitely got to be careful here. A lot of the attention focused on the 213 hitting a good panic. Get out of there. Here's that ultimate finally. And so far hasn't done all that much with it. Can't really find anything. Gets the right click at the end onto Croak. They do have a pretty steady health advantage for the time being, though.
They do 82% to only 31, but if we're able to see a good ult from Ashka coming out, I know he's got it. He wants to line it up. They're getting close. He's thinking about it. I know he is, but now that the consume is down, they have to hope that he doesn't R out of it.
He's waiting.
Here it comes. Oh, he's trying to pin Lucy down.
Couldn't quite land it. Oh, he's so hurt. He couldn't get away. He had nothing else to get himself out of there. Now it's just a 1 versus 2. Croak, that's Wuzak. He will go down. And that now puts Project Horizon up at a 2-1 lead.
Looking like Hot Biscuit and his teammate, Wuzak.
Wuzak? Like, either or.
I like
It's a
Wuzak.
Yeah, I'm a fan of
I'm
Wuzak.
gonna go with Wuzak. It gives it a
Yeah.
little more creative feel. Wuzak sounds a little like,
It's like,
Wuzak sounds like I'm mispronouncing something.
Yeah, right.
Wuzak sounds intentional, but
Exactly.
they were doing a good job of hounding down that Lucy and keeping that Rakan at bay for a while. We're seeing a lot of shackles come from Ashka, but they're not taking advantage. He's petrifying 2 of them, and then they don't know really who to target, and they're not able to get one out. Because you have to break the 20 damage shield to get them out of it, before the time is up of the actual petrify. So they need to just figure one and just hound down on the single one of them, get them out, but then their teammate's going to still be petrified. But, there's a few mistimed things we saw. They almost landed a good combo on the left-hand side, but who's going to get this? I think Red secured that.
Yep, they did. Project Horizon able to grab that one up. 2-1-3. Getting ready. Barrier's actually down. Blanks had to use that on 2-1-3. Deceit is out. Just couldn't quite catch up to 2-1-3. In the end, pulls Hot Biscuit in, gets that silenced click off as he just charges forward with Consume. Deceit out. Didn't decide to go for Blanks in the end, which was a bit surprising, but Barrier is going to be down. Once again, as 2-1-3 is just trying to chase Hot Biscuit at the moment. Actually pulls in Wuzak. And he's continuing. He's got that Deceit, but going to roll away, doing an excellent job, Blanks, of kiting off Wuzak and not taking any of that Deceit. Oh no, but right into the stun, uses ultimate, connects a little bit with Blanks, but
Here comes some combo.
A lot of burst onto 2-1-3. Really needs to get some heals quickly. Has to use Consume. Still, Blanks gonna give him some heals. Pulls in Croak while he was in Deceit. Gets the barrier. And they're in a little bit of trouble right now. Here it comes. The ult connects with 2-1-3. So hurt. Goes down as his Consume wears off. And it's Blanks 1v2 now. Uses the goo. Actually, and panics Wuzak out of it. Actually might be able to kill Wuzak. Nah, not the case. He's gonna run out of there. But man, another good combo, good ultimate from Hot Biscuit. He's gonna shred 2-1-3, and Blanks is just keeping things fun here. He's got the ult. Didn't need it. He'll just finish him off anyway. So tied up 2-2.
It's more the sustained damage from Odorino. Odorino?
Odorino? Yeah.
Odorino sounds pretty... who cares? Who cares?
I care. No, but anyway. So
there's sustained damage. They're able to, with no support, able to still do it. I mean, Croak in general has a lot of sustain. He usually builds towards it, as we see. He has gone Jungle Toad, which gives him 14 health every time he lands a leap. And in general, some of his abilities actually give him like a little bit of a passive heal. Toxic as well, whenever he lands that, he gets a little bit of a heal. And they're able to outdo, you want to play against this barrier. When she puts that barrier up, you might as well just wait for it to be off cooldown. Oh, and Croak's going to be down to half health already.
Taking a beating off the start of this, able to secure the orb. That barrier goes down onto 2-1-3 as Project Horizon starts to work their way back into the middle. The right click makes Hot Biscuit use that space bar. And barrier goes down onto Wuzak, or onto 2-1-3, excuse me, yet again into Deceit. That clarity potion is so well timed from Blanks. And now Wuzak's actually super hurt. Here comes an ultimate, is gonna connect with Blanks, but he's still, Hot Biscuit is still quite hurt himself. He's gotta be careful, gets himself out of there. Wuzak also quite hurt, landing the right click, jumping in, a lot of good damage out from 2-1-3. And that center orb is gonna be coming up yet again, pulls it in and secures it with the right click as well. Here comes the end cap into stun for Wuzak, trying to chunk away at Blanks a little bit. And the Hot Biscuit, who is quite hurt himself, needs a heal. Oh, well done, the end cap stun. Here's the ultimate from 2-1-3. Can't quite land these hooks on anybody. Gets Hot Biscuit with one, spaces in, able to finish him off. Now it's Wuzak 1v2. He knows he's done. And that will be now 3-2 for Project Horizon.
2-1-3, utilizing his right click so well, his shadow bolts. As soon as he notices that Lucy is getting pinned. So when Croak is doing his combo, his little deceit combo, it really doesn't deal that much damage alone. It's really mostly used to help set up your allies. So if 2-1-3 can keep Ashka at bay, push him away from the shadow bolts and just keep him pinned away from his teammate Croak, Lucy's going to take some damage, but it's going to be easily healable. She really won't lose any max because overall, that ability is mostly for the CC. It really doesn't do a lot. I mean, it does, I think, just a normal attack, like a Blade Flurry attack, like 8, maybe 16, 20 damage tops if he has Toxic on them. So it really doesn't do that much. So they're doing a good job of not feeling too threatened if Ashka's not there to help lay on the combo.
So far, well, 2-1-3 a bit separated, at least at the moment, quite far away from Blanks. And they're getting this set up yet again. Here it is, the stun, the end caps all over Blanks. Able to chunk him up a little bit, but he'll be able to heal it.
Oh, the Clarity Potion, getting him out of Deceit.
This is unreal. The Clarity Potions from Blanks have been pretty clutch in this game so far, and Wuzak is just tiptoeing around on the backside, wants to come in on a 2-1-3.
Oh, here comes the combo.
Here's that combo, the ultimate out, so much damage on a 2-1-3. Oh my goodness, he's still really hurt here after he has to use
the firewall!
his ultimate as well. It's a huge firewall. Here comes the combo yet again. Barrier did go down on the 2-1-3, trying to negate some of that damage. And he's going to be able to at least secure the center orb and slowly bring that health back. Here comes the goo onto Wuzak. It connected a little bit, did some damage as he was in the middle of Deceit. 2-1-3, just hammering left clicks onto Wuzak as he is ailing on the backside here. He's in Deceit. And he's got to be really careful. Really needs to land it. Here comes the ult, which is going to whiff completely from Hot Biscuit, who is not doing too good himself in the health department. And right now, well, the end cap, they're trying to get that again. Beautiful EX claw from 2-1-3. And that was saving his teammate from a lot of burst damage there.
This is where Odorino's gonna suffer as we see there comes the final blow for Ashka. Without being able to sustain the heal, they're just gonna get outplayed by Lucy and 2-1-3. They need to keep on them, keep on that pressure. Don't let them heal up. As soon as they have the time to just stand back, slowly but surely Lucy is going to bring them back to at least their max health.
Right.
Which really Croak and Ashka can't do. I mean, you can potentially use your EX space as Ashka, right? But then you have to get on range. You might take some damage. Using your Searing Fire, you'll heal 12 per fireball per left click. So, after about 3 clicks, you'll be back to max health, but you have to make connection and be in range of them, so you can't just hide behind a wall and heal up like we can from Rakan and Lucy.
One of the many benefits of having a Lucy out there. But here we go, 4-2. Project Horizon at match point here. An opportunity to book themselves a spot in the finals. Here it is, pulling Blanks again, 2-3. Johnny on the spot with those EX claws. And Blanks still getting hunted down, though, by Hot Biscuit. I believe Blanks already used that, pulling the orb. Beautiful. Now that barrier is going to be down. And here comes the ult is going to connect the stuns as well. Pulling Blanks yet again, trying to keep him alive, but still just spamming away those right clicks, getting the heals out there.
The barrier goes up.
Has to use that barrier, rolls away from the stuns as well, just in the nick of time. And let's keep himself alive for the time being.
2-3 gets another orb. So much orb control from Rakan.
Really clutch orb, too, to try and bring Blanks back up a little bit.
Here comes here we go.
Oh, but using the goo as well to keep Wuzak out of it and negate at least a little bit of that damage, or at least keep him at bay. Beautiful. So the ult 2-1-3 has his as well, able to secure the, I think he can grab that orb again. And he has it whenever he's ready, but just waiting for that perfect moment, if at all, to use it. I mean, having that energy to be able to use his EXEs have been really, really clutch. So, barrier down from Blanks. Hot Biscuit gets pulled, it'll space away, and here it comes. He is going to use that ult, is trying to snag someone up in it, but the firewall's out, not able to grab Hot Biscuit. Wuzak was able to just space away But Blanks and Hot Biscuit both now have their ults. Getting them petrified. Good setup. A lot of nice burst, and Wuzak himself quite hurt here. Another great flick from 213, able to hit Hot Biscuit as he goes for the 180.
I believe Hot Biscuit was able to clutch that at the end, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but Wuzak, Hot Biscuit, who's really hurt here as we get into overtime. They got to be careful. Actually getting pushed out by the Clarity Potion. Gets silenced as well, pulled back in. He's so hurt. There's no way he's going to survive much longer. All they need to do is just breathe on him. There he goes, finally going down. Oh, the panic away. In with the right click. And that seals the deal. Project Horizon taking the match 5-2.
Odorino, I mean, again, that combo, they did a great job. Hot Biscuit, Wuzak, but you rely a little bit too much on that sometimes, especially with Rakan's pull. I mean, he's the only one that can really move an ally to that degree at such early on, with only 25% energy. We see, Old Door can do it with his ultimate. I think Pearl with her bubble. So you can move a bit, but not the degree and how far, right? He can pull her out and really protect her. I mean, we've seen 2 and 3 be Bro of the Year plenty of times. We really got to make sure we get on that award. I want to make sure to give out the Bro Award of the day. People that help out their allies the most. And some great Clarity Potions from Blanks.
Yeah.
Couple to get him out of the seat, push him out, and even when he's in the seat trying to hone in. The problem with Crook is he might go invisible, but since he's melee, it's relatively easy to figure out where he is. He's got to be near you to a degree. And since Clarity Potion is AoE, you just kind of guess the timing, like he's probably close now, and then and then there he goes. He's not only revealed, but also pushed into the darkness. We're going to take out a quick replay. It was actually in Game 6. It was the Ashka Croak CC combo into an Ash Gold. This is when 2 and 3 tried to get out of there. We're going to see the first to seat go down. The Q's going to go underneath him. And then as soon as he launches, he's going to get picked up and then stunned again from Croak as he tries to get removed from there. And it's all the damage is going to be inside of the AoE. Even describing this, I'm getting lightheaded. So much to describe. He's going to ult in, try and take that damage. But that's the combo they tried to pull off. The sustain was just a little too unreal. And I think they got the W on this game.
Yeah.
Another combo. Take a look at that.
Oh, man. They just... so good. They had trouble a lot of the time, at least in the beginning, sometimes connecting with it. But, man, it's such a deadly combo. When you do connect, it does a lot of good burst. And, we saw them throughout the tournament today utilize it quite well. In the end, it wasn't enough to take down the mighty 213 and Blanks on Project Horizon, but they moved themselves into the finals now, booked themselves a spot there, and we do have one more semifinal to go for you guys, which will be starting in just a couple of minutes here. But, if you guys have enjoyed anything that you've seen thus far, you want to get in on the action yourself, go ahead and check out BattleRekt.com. You can click on the links there, sign up, get yourself involved in some of the tournaments coming up, 3v3s and 2v2s, all sorts of fun stuff. Go ahead there, check it out, get in on this. Maybe we'll be casting you at some point.
Yeah, get some friends together, do some 3v3s. If you don't have enough friends, do some 2v2s. If you really just struggle to find at least 2 competent friends that play BattleRekt. You can at least do 2v2s, only depending on one other person. As you can see, highly mechanical plays coming out of all this. But we are going to see, in our last game, Obolef and Gazag against Winghaven and Sizen. We saw the Old Door Jamon combo dishing out some damage, really dealing with what they were up against pretty well. But the Shifu, what did they have? I think it was Shifu.
They used Shifu. What was it? It's Shifu.
I don't know. I'm trying to blank.
I know. Me too. I know.
All this hype. It might have been the Shifu Sirius combo.
Yeah, maybe. I think that was.
We're gonna wing it. We're gonna say this. We'll go back and check it out. If we're wrong, tell us.
No, I think it.
Yell at us. Tell us we're morons.
Yeah, well, we are.
Because we already know, but remind us. Remind us that nobody likes us and our
don't let us.
Family's made a mistake.
Jesus,
well, got dark.
That real quick. Happened real quick. And no, Obolef, I'm pretty sure it was Lucy last time. So I remember touting his, clarity potions or something. No, he had the crazy goo. That was it.
Oh yeah, it was the crazy goo.
He was just like mulching Pearl all day long with that goo, man. He's just. But anyway, we're headed in, folks, as our last semifinal of the day. Winner of this will go on to play Project Horizon in the grand finals, and it is going to be Burning Sands against Flower Power. Look at this, Ataya.
I love watching Taya gameplay. The scary thing with her is she lacks a lot of mobility. Without her energy, without her R, And especially if her space is down, she is locked in. There's not much she can do. She's going to try and get her right clicks done. If she built what I think she did, and she did, she goes cold wind, so whenever she's in haste, all of her left clicks will actually inflict a half-second fading snare, which is great for her. It keeps you a little bit more at bay, especially because you don't have much mobility. It keeps them away from you. But with the range that we're going to be seeing, oh, he gets the pull. Want to try and get that pull X boomerang combo.
This is going to be a fun one. I can feel it already. Barrier is going to go out from Obeloff. That orb is up as well. Winghaven and Sizen are able to secure that. And, ooh, Taya getting hit by that right click. The ult is out as well. Connects with Obeloff and the E. Just missing Obeloff, the E from Sizen. But here's Taya caught in the thick of things right now. It's Gazag. He's a little bit of pretty hurt. He's just getting beaten by Winghaven here. Just left clicking away onto Gazag, really. And Barrier is going to go down for now onto him. And really having a tough time getting any sort of burst damage, getting any momentum thus far in the game. But that orb is going to come up. This is going to be pretty crucial for them if they want to secure this round. But man, that Chrono Flux helping them secure the center orb yet again. So good for that. And Gazag, oh, so much burst as she came out of the tornado.
Jesus.
My God, they pummeled her as soon as she came out. Here comes the 720, something. I actually connected with that one. Beautiful. Toxic Goo. It's going to come out, though. Not too much hope here for Obeloff. There's only so much you can do as a poor Lucy.
We talk about burst damage. The Jamong Uldur burst damage capabilities, without their ult, but with some energy, they can deal up to 56 with just a single contact ability. And with even 0% energy, they can do 54. On their opponent's side, you can see 32. I mean, the highest you're going to see at a Taya in a burst is her right click, her X boomerang, which I believe is 20 damage if they meet at the tip. But what's interesting about Taya is her left click. With her left click, she actually has the ability to hit you on the way back. Now, it does reduce damage. I believe it does 35% reduced damage on the second hit. So she can technically do 19.8 damage in a single boomerang throw. But the bigger issue with her as well is not only does she have a casting time, but she cannot throw her boomerang until it comes back again. Doing the 360 no-scope.
Yeah, I love it. That's great. Oh, getting that snare, pulling them both in. The tornado not able to connect all that much so far. Gazag, they're taking so much damage. Oh my goodness, Obeloff, gotta get those heals out. Oh no, the right click just misses onto Gazag as well. Things are not looking good for Burning Sands off the start here. I don't know how I feel about this Taya pick. Oh man, it's gonna connect as well. The right click just missing with the ultimate, but Gazag is just so hurt right now. 37, 39 health. It's gonna be super tough for these guys to get themselves back into the game.
Another Chrono Flux, sending her X boomerangs back. She now has almost no health, and as a matter of fact, she does have no health. She goes down. Lucy, she's got the stick of butter, but it's not gonna do her much good. It's not gonna do enough damage to these two. They are just tossing back and forth. They are alternating their left clicks, making it so hard for her to strafe around them. Getting hunted down by the hunter himself. Winghaven will get the second kill. 72% health pool total. Flinging that cauldron around. Look at him. Look at that creepy llama man doing his thing. That is honestly a very creepy victory pose. Just the little head tilt. He's got that cauldron, and God knows what's in there. The body parts of his enemies, most likely.
I don't know if I want to know. It scares me. He just scares me. That's something out of your nightmares, man.
Honestly, though, I really like, I mean, just as a character, super unique and really cool. I like him.
That's great.
But he does make me feel uncomfortable when I look into his eyes.
Yes, absolutely. Very uncomfortable, to be honest. But, and it's what we love about him. What we love about it. But here we go, 2-0 for Flower Power. So far, I've just been steamrolling these guys, really. Haven't had any trouble with this Taya. Obeloff getting a lot of pressure here off the start. Winghaven just hunting him down. And a lot of burst damage so far already. Just losing max health by the second here. As Taya, yet again, they're separated. And neither of them...
Oh, there she goes.
I mean,
Point blank arrow. Straight in the jaw.
I'm not sure how. Oh my goodness.
Jesus.
What the hell? I want to know, like,
what is... You can't hide from me.
doing like a...
I would love to watch that in real life. Like, you're in an epic battle, and some guy's like, you can't, as he's just
doing like
spinning
a
around
720.
like a madman.
I think he's doing more than a 720, to be honest.
That was like a
Can somebody count that?
3640. We need to put that in slow motion. Let's get a
Yeah,
replay of that. I want to watch that in slow-mo.
See what he's cooking with that. Man, that was... how do you feel about this tie-up pick?
The problem is, she's trying to take down Jamong, and he just, between his space bar and a lot of his stuff, he just moves around so much. So it's so hard for her to get her left clicks. And since she has to wait so long to use another one, if she misses one for nearly a second, she's going to sit there and wait till it comes back. So she's not able to dish out the sustained damage with somebody that moves around so much. And with the Chrono Fluxes going out from Old Door, she just can't lock down enough damage, and they're just taking a lot.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is just they're taking so much damage. And, you know, Obolov can only do so much. You know, with the barrier, what have you. It's just really hard for these guys. They're starting off decent this round. They haven't been completely pummeled off the start as they have in the first 3 rounds. And been able to dish a little bit of damage to Winghaven. But man, that Chrono Flux every single time, there's not much they can do about it. 2 full sticks of butter though. Gazag and Obolov both have it. Winghaven has his ultimate as well. So we may be seeing a whole slew of them come out here shortly. But, they're about to get in right now. Panic to Winghaven. Go back. That time bender just in time.
Using a material just to get out. We're going to now see Taya take a bit of damage. She went in for the orb, but now she's getting low.
Oh, so gotta be careful. Barrier just in time. They both still have these ultimates, though. If Gazek doesn't do anything quickly, he's not going to have time to use his ult.
Taya's about to go down. She has nothing left. She tried to ult. She gets a shield
just
up.
in time. The shield's keeping her alive for the time being.
Oh, she just gets out.
Sansa time might do it. Uses Tornado to keep herself alive. That's beautiful. It's going to
take
stay
the orb
in
as
for the
well.
time being. That's a huge orb grab. And now they just got to stay in it for a little bit longer here and figure out how they're going to deal some damage.
The time barrier got the X boomerang.
Just in time from Obolov, though. And now Haste is going to come out, see if maybe if they can finish off Winghaven. He's quite hurt himself.
They need this orb. Oh, and they get it.
Obolov.
That could be it for them. That could give them what they need.
Winghaven is really hurt. They just need to connect on a couple more of those boomerangs, maybe. And this has been a great round so far for Gazag and Obolov. And there it goes, Winghaven down. It's just Sizen 1 versus 2. Oldor can deal out some pretty big burst damage, but the goo is out as well. Sizen caught in the middle of it, couldn't get himself out of there. And finally, Burning Sands gets themselves on the board 3-1.
I mean, you can see what this combo is doing, that they have to get those orbs. They need that sustain. And Taya, we know she can dish out the damage, but if she takes too much early on, she has a good amount of range. And like I said, with a single boomerang, if you hit them with both, it's just shy of 20 damage, which is a lot for a single left click. But if she tries to hound them down, especially with Jamong, he has his double spacebar if he has a fully charged weapon. He also has his immaterial. Older also has the Chrono Flux. He also has his Q. I mean, just in general, the amount they can do to just keep Taya's boomerangs at bay is a bit much. And if they wait patiently for the damage, they can start putting it out.
Oh, they're chunking.
Oh, no.
Oh, so much damage onto Gazig already. Once you get that Sansa time on somebody and land the E, and maybe even get like an EX left click after that, that is just so much damage so quickly. It's unbelievable. As Gazag is gonna have to use Tornado, uses Haste to try and get out of here. Really hurt.
Oh, there's the damage, some burst damage heavy on Jamong. Can they put him down while he's stuck in this corner?
Ooh, Obolov rolling away just in time. Actually, good opportunity to take down Winghaven here. He's super hurt, goes immaterial. He's going to be inside of the Chrono Flux. He's so hurt. Still, Taya finally takes him down. Now it's a 1 versus 2. Gazag quite low on health, though. It's gonna be difficult. Has to use Tornado to avoid that burst damage from Oldor. And really got to secure this orb. Does get it. So at least a little bit of health back, but still, oh, it's not looking good. Hits that E, just missing the EX left click there. Oldor gets Sansa time down,
no.
Finishes Gazag off. And man, they did good, got Winghaven down at least, but they took too much damage early on in that round, I think.
I mean, even if Taya had gotten her ultimate there, which is what I imagine she would have tried to build up because it gives her that shield so she can live a little bit longer. And she can, if she lands every boomerang while she is in her ultimate, Like, in every single one of them, she can do 131 damage. But with the Chrono Flux or the shield from Uldor, he probably would have saved it to absorb as much as possible. His Time Bender or his Chrono Flux, honestly, just to dish out. Her shield would eventually worn off, and then she would have been stuck with nothing yet again.
So it's on the line now for Burning Sands. A 4-1 for Flower Power with a chance to get themselves into the finals. So this is a very big round indeed. Gazag already taking some damage. Got the barrier just in time, though, to avoid most of that, as Seism was ready to start giving a little bit of ground and pound, but Chrono Flux is going to go down, secures the center orb with the help of it. The ultimate from Winghaven, not able to connect, though. Obeluff, excuse me, is in a bit of trouble here, is just taking left clicks so much by Seism, and just the ultimate from Gazag as well is just flying around, connecting with these boomerangs, but if he's not careful, he's going to go down. So hurt. Winghaven gets panicked away, but Gazag finally gets finished off there. Just not enough he could do to keep himself alive, and that should secure it. There it is. Obeluff goes down, and Flower Power has got themselves a spot in the finals to play against Project Horizons.
When you talk about CC, not much on the Taya Lucy side. Their top stun with no battle rights is 0.7. Their total stun is only 1.2. Up against Jamong and Uldor, we have 3.2 total stun. And I'm talking in seconds here.
Yes.
Just so everyone knows, we do go.
Yeah.
I know us Americans go by silly units, but we still go by seconds when it comes to time.
Yeah.
And then even just total CC. Now, when it comes to total CC, they have a lot more because the spacebar potential haste from Taya, she can really slow, like put someone in a snare for quite some time. But
yeah,
she's not able to get those off. I mean, even if she gets close, Uldor's going to absorb most of it. He's going to put down that Chrono Flux, and Jamong's just going to start wailing and bailing.
That's the thing. They had to rely on Taya a lot of the time to deal the damage, because but they weren't getting that damage out there. Obeluff wasn't really able to do much anything in terms of damage. So not sure if I'm crazy about that pick.
I mean, I like Taya.
At least. Yeah, like Taya. Just
Star dish a lot of damage. I just think in general with that team comp, I mean, again, as we say with the tournament, we're going to try and come up with some new rules. Maybe we'll do some kind of pick ban phase, and in that case, maybe he would have known not to pick Taya if he was going against Jamong Uldor, or maybe he would have counterpicked, maybe they wouldn't have picked the other two. Who knows? Yeah. All sorts of things. But remember, we do want to make sure that you guys get some good experience. So we're going to be testing a few new rules over the rest of this. But
yeah,
the buddy behind the camera, my boy, he did what I asked. We got that sick 3240 Jamong ultimate replay here in slow motion. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, just getting them into the wall.
That's crazy.
And then another one. He wanted to try and finish her off, but Uldor sadly took it away. Someone can do the math for me real quick, because I do not feel like doing that in my head while I'm still talking.
Yeah.
I think that was 7 or 8 full spins.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, 7 or 8. I think 7. But holy cow, man, that's wild.
And knowing the timing for it is really all it comes down to, right? Like, you know when it's going to go off. So the amount of spins doesn't really matter, but it's still able to do that. And with a Lucy that has no more roll left, it's probably not going to be too hard to predict her trajectory. And she's not going to know exactly where you're aiming. That works a little bit better, especially against 2 people, but, the BM.
Yeah, the BM, why not?
A little bit.
You gotta love it. So anyway, guys, that sets up our semifinals. That's what we just watched. That sets up our grand finals. Let's go ahead.
You can do it. You can do it.
Thanks, bud. Let's go ahead and take a look at that bracket. It's Project Horizon, Flower Power trying to duke it out for our grand prize. Remember, guys, this is going to be a best of 3 maps this time in the grand finals as well. So these guys will ban maps all the way down until there's 3 left, and then from there they choose the order. It's going to be a lot of good fun, though. A lot of talent on both of these teams for sure. It's got some good BattleRekt coming up in the finals.
A big thank you to Snowboardaholic. Apparently it's a 25-20 is what he pulled off.
25-20.
Fun fact of the day, we had a 25-20 Jamong ult landing into a Lucy for the near final blow. And then he attempted one more time with his right click. It didn't matter. Uldor was shutting down that BM. He's like, quit being so flashy. Let's end this. Let's win this. And they did.
Let's see if anybody can beat that. What was it? A what?
25-20.
I forget already. 25-20.
Yeah.
25-20. Let's see if someone can beat it at some point.
Snowboardaholic.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We love you. We appreciate your
You get
bro of the day.
You
Bro
get
of
it,
the day.
Snowboardaholic.
Yeah, that's right, man. Doing some quick math for us. So we will be getting into the grand finals here. Just a little bit, as I said, that is going to be 3 maps. But before we get into that, guys, remember you can go and follow the official BattleRekt Twitter at BattleRekt. You know, you can go check that out and keep up with things BattleRekt related and see some cool clips, you know, some Twitch clips.
Oh, and if you
on there
get
as
any
well.
Twitch clips,
Yes.
especially go and tweet them out at us.
Yeah.
Send them right our way. We want to be able to collect all those and to maybe all those highlights, all those things you take. Maybe we'll put out some cool highlight videos.
Yeah, man, some sick stuff. You know, we have all
Sick.
sorts of things.
Sick.
You know, we got some good stuff planned. So definitely, you can interact with us there and keep up to date with all things BattleRekt. And remember, if you want to get in on some of this yourself, you want to participate in some of the tournaments we have coming up, go ahead and head on over to BattleRekt.com.
It is a free open sign-up, so seriously feel free to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we will be changing rules up, so we'll make announcements. You want to be in our Discord if you're in that, but we'll make announcements, let you know what all the rules are going to be changing here and there.
Yeah, definitely go into the Discord as well. You know, that's where a lot of the important things get announced out to the people. So that's the place you want to go to keep up with news as well. More, you know, some of the more hardcore news with things relating to the league. But guys, our grand finals is coming up. They're playing for $200, first place, 100, second, and a lot of pride on the line as well. It's also being known as BattleRekt champion if you win this. So
The second BattleRekt.
the second
Second
BattleRekt
edition, second inaugural. I will come up with a cool name to make everyone feel special, just like
Yeah.
your mother's made you feel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
That's how I wake up in the morning. I just have fond memories
her.
of being told that I'm special.
Yeah, you are
And then
special.
all the kids at school call me special too.
and then you know, then you were good, and then you were sad.
I don't know. It sounded nice to me.
you know, you were naive. It's okay. You
Say
like
what you will. But
Yeah.
2-1-3, sticking with the Rakan and the Lucy combo. 2-3 and blanks doing what they can. And we still see Jamong Oldur, Winghaven, and Sizen going with what worked so well. You got to say it nice. Oldur.
Oh dear.
Oldur.
Gotta add a little something to that. You know, but it is the grand finals time. 2-1-3 and blanks of Project Horizon against Flower Power, Winghaven, Sizen, as you said. And this is just map 1 of 3. We got a whole series ahead of us. Well, not guaranteed 3, but 3 if we need it. This
We
is
get
best
it.
of 3. Yeah.
Best
so-
of 3.
Best of. Do I say it one more time? No.
Best of
We
3?
got the. Yeah. Oh, that's it. Yeah. Center orb.
I think, I want to say that Firepower stole that orb. Hard to say.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's
Could be a little
a lot of
tough
butter on the
sometimes.
side of Project Horizon, so it's hard to tell.
A lot of butter over here. These boys get some high cholesterol tonight. Barrier goes down on a 2-1-3. He is actually taking a lot of damage from Size at the moment. Has to use that consume.
Oh, just missed him.
Wow.
And then he
Just
manages
barely.
to still snag the orb. Gonna get in cap, but he gets clarity immediately. Oh, the Chrono Flux saving him from the silence.
Chrono Flux. Lays that right click. Ultimate out from 2-1-3 as well, is able to connect. Actually, a lot of these right clicks. Toxic Goo is out as well. Sizen gets pulled back into it. So much damage. Him and Winghaven are both really hurt as Sizen actually goes down. So now it is just Winghaven pulled in. That guy ain't gonna do anything about that. 1-0 lead for Project
No
Horizon.
more 25-20s for you.
No, sir.
Gonna get killed just before the ultimate. And we see the Rakan Lucy ult combo. He just stands in there and just basks in the goo.
Oh,
and
he
just
loves
pulls
it.
you in. He's like, join me. Join me in my toxic bath.
Join me in the goo.
That's what I imagine
funny,
he'd say. I mean, he is like a creepy boogeyman.
He is the boogeyman. I mean, he's into weird stuff.
The boogeyman.
Here we go. Voice acting. Get
Voice
this guy
acting
in.
101, folks.
Get this guy in.
Sunlock, where you at? Where you at, baby?
Yeah, get him in. He's he'll be be the next champ. So right away, 1-0 it is. And I love how also on that note, 2-1-3, how he repositions himself for that ult, just to no matter where he's at, that goes down, reposition and just pull you in. That's well done. These guys have done this a couple of times before, I think. But here comes
a lantern.
getting smacked in the face, given the petrify. And Sizen is actually soon. Well, he was almost up on this ultimate, but using some of those EX abilities, which you're better off using a lot of the time full door anyway. But so far, Blanks and 213 have been chunked down a decent bit, but they're going to come back in. Just dodging that burst damage.
One shot.
There's 213. Here's the ult. Wow, is able to connect, gets the orb, and shoves 213 all the way back towards the wall. So now really at a disadvantage in the health department is Project Horizon, but here's that ultimate from Rukon. The goo is going to come out as well. Got stunned.
Pulled back in, Silence, and pushed in with the space bar.
Materials away, Chrono Flux out as well. Winghaven separated from Sizen at the moment. Winghaven really needs some of those heals, but he's giving it to Blanks with the left clicks. At the moment, here's the ult. That barrier was, the consume was just about to end, and he got himself out with the R just in time to avoid the ult from Winghaven. Well done from 213. So orb is about to be up yet again. And rolling away is Blanks. 213, he's trying to wait it out so he can time that left click to secure the orb. Unable to do so. Pulls in Winghaven though, getting the silence. And a couple more left clicks to hack away with. Ooh, connects on the ultimate. Winghaven. 213, pretty hurts, gotta be careful. Just gets out of the E from Oldor, gets in-capped as well. Gotta be careful, really needs some heals. Lucy now has the ultimate as well. So he can use that whenever.
Going
just
down.
Crunched, and now 213 is all by his lonesome with a full stick of butter to his name. But I don't even think that will be enough for him to do anything here. As he uses the ult, Chrono Flux goes down though, and that will secure the round for Flower Power.
That time a bit too sustained on damage. You see Jamong just dishing out an incredible amount, but even look at that. Do you see Oldor? 895 damage.
That's so crazy. Look at that damage, man.
From a support.
Yeah, definitely the DPS heavy of the supports, but I mean, that guy is just, he can just pump the damage.
Blanks with 906 protection, literally doubling the amount from Oldor. So you see a lot of damage trying to come out, and again, we see 213 going Wicked Strike on his first BattleRekt, getting that 0.7 second silence whenever he pulls him in, and lands his left click when it's fully charged. He can also charge it by absorbing anything with Consume. And he also has a stronger right click, up to, it brings it from 22 to 30 damage if his left click is charged.
Just dodging the E from Oldor. Oh, a lot of CC onto 213. He's just in the thick of things right now. Needs to be careful.
Somehow still stays at 172 health.
Yeah, I mean, definitely could have been much worse for him, that's for sure. Petrify out, trying to combo a little bit of damage on that, pulling Winghaven right back in as he was trying to get away. Oh, look at this barrier down. And connecting with the right click as well. Winghaven just secured that orb before 213 could get another swing off. Ooh, there's the ultimate from Winghaven, but
Sucking
getting
in that energy.
Just in time. 213 got himself out of the way. Sizen just getting bursted down. Incredibly though, the ultimate out. Oh, the Chrono Flux, and then the rain of arrows from Winghaven was able to finish him off. That was a beautifully timed Chrono Flux to send that right back at 213. That right click in the middle of his ultimate. Sizen, who is pretty hurt, is able to escape Blanks and get himself out of there. I mean, if Blanks was able to finish off Sizen there, I would have said that maybe
another
he had
one
a chance. This guy's just showboating now. I love it. But yeah, now Blanks, now that he wasn't able to secure that kill onto Sizen, it's obviously not going to happen for him. He did it again. If anybody can figure out, check at some point if he actually does more than a whatever amount of degree.
Yeah, we'll leave that one up to you guys. We've already done enough.
That's I'll leave that on our
780,
friends.
400 no scopes. We don't need any more of those.
Yeah, but anyway, that's 2-1 now. Flower Power securing themselves at least a one-round lead.
That Chrono Flux alone shut down Rakan entirely. He tried to get that grab. He would have healed up for 16, dealt 20 damage, and he only did was grab himself. Sadly, you don't get the heals if you grab yourself.
Nope, no heals.
At least don't do it in public.
Good quality Good quality banter right there. Gotta love it. Thank you. Oh my.
Oh, dishing out the damage though.
They are indeed. Sizen. Oh, he's getting pulled right back in by 213. And oh, actually 213 himself taking quite a bit of damage. He needs to be careful. But Consume is gonna go up. And pulling him back in. The orb is out. And they are able to secure it. Project Horizon, that is. And a full stick of butter for 213. End cap on to Lucy, though. And the E, some good burst damage. That Toxic Goo wasn't really able to do anything. And 213 actually in desperate need of some heal. Sizen getting the barrier up and gonna send it right back at Lucy. 213 up top, can't do anything about it. He's so hurt, goes down now. And Blanks is not long for this world either. Might, I thought may have gone down by the sands of time there, but Flower Power is actually gonna take a 3-1 lead now.
There are a few good things we see from Rakan, and I really enjoy it. Whenever he wants to secure the orb, he'll actually use his Sinister Strike to jump through the orb to be between the enemies and the orb. So not only does he get the AoE damage on it, but he also starts to body block. And then also the barrier from Lucy, since it's such a fat barrier, 50 friggin' shield.
Fat barrier.
It gives him the confidence to just run into the both of them. I mean, together they're not gonna be able to burst immediately, so he can run in, get some silences, get a couple of hits, maybe use his own sustain, and then if he really needs to, he can save his energy, use his R to get out. Even if he goes in with 0 energy, he'll probably come out with at least 25. So by the time that barrier's up, he'll be able to finally just retreat on his own. But I mean, Old Dorwin, he just sits there, pokes everyone to death.
Yep.
Lands those snares, gets those left clicks, sands the time.
Oh man, he's already done a pretty significant amount of damage to 213. Rain of Arrows is gonna snag him up for a little bit as well. Oh, the end cap and even more burst coming out from Sizen. The right click of Winghaven also connects with Blanks, and the orb will be up here shortly. 213 pulls in Sizen. And he's gonna have to come back. Oh, here's Halt dodging it, but it's just the mind games right now between 213 and Winghaven, sitting there canceling abilities, and bringing him back up. The barrier goes down. 213 is just getting pummeled right now though, and he might actually go down. That was beautiful.
He X left.
He knew he was coming up to up to the health orbs. That's freaking beautiful, man.
Now, it's looking like this comp is not working well against Old Door Jamog. Now, we did see 2-3 last time when he did make it to the finals. Project Horizon was in the finals last week as well. He switched to Baco and needed a map that was more fit for those wall slams.
Yep.
Get a lot of wall banks. With that wall, Baco's not nearly as powerful, but against the Jamong, I feel like he really shut it down. You know, he did it against the Jade Croak combo, and it shuts down Jade pretty hard, getting all those bulwarks out of there. You have a huge iframe with your spacebar.
Yeah,
I'm curious to know if they're going to swap after this, as it's looking like they are struggling at the moment to deal with just the utter range of Uldur and Jamong and the kind of damage they can dish out.
Yeah, they are certainly struggling at the moment. You can tell by the score. 213 securing that orb just barely, gets the barrier from his healer, but just swinging away at Winghaven right now, actually. He's up there, just giving it to him. But now he's gonna come back to the middle, regroup for another orb fight. And actually Blanks has his ultimate, Winghaven has his as well. And let's see who blinks first. Oh, there it is!
Into the
beautiful setup. Oh no, the Toxic Goo! Winghaven so hurt, finally goes down. Now Sizen, last one up. Beautiful Goo, got pushed right into it. Now just absolute pound town time for 213. Doing a bunch of damage to Sizen, and Project Horizon keep themselves in it.
Even with the perfect Jamong ult, slamming Rakan into Lucy, getting the double stun, and then we see the big AoE snare trying to come in from Uldur. He tried to use his quicksand, to try and deal the 18 damage and consume sand at the time if it were on any of them. But Rakan gets out just in time, and mixed with the Toxic Goo, the burst damage on Jamong, he thought he was safe. But you're never safe from the boogeyman.
Nope, never safe from the boogeyman. He'll get you when you're sleeping. You gotta watch out for that guy. But so 4-2 it is now. This is only map 1 remember, a best of 3. So you still have some, still got some more BattleRekt to go, even if Flower Power were to take it right here. But I'm sure Project Horizon has something to say about that so far. Just poking around now. Once 213 trying to initiate, gets the barrier from his teammate, pulling Sizen for those silences as well, and uses the consume. Oh, here comes the ult. He gets out of it. Wasn't able to connect quite, and Winghaven is actually pretty hurt as well. Oh no, they left the orb for him. Able to secure it, but still, I mean, if they can just jump on him, get a little more good burst, maybe they can finish him, but Uldor healed him up quite a bit though. He's immaterial, gets the end cap as the ultimate comes out. Gets finished off by that long range right click. The goo was used as well by Blanks, and that is another round back for Project Horizon.
That was the most dominating win we've seen so far this round. They are now one away from tying this up, bringing it to game 9, ending with 71% health pool, the highest we've seen so far in this series. But what Rakan has started doing, if he keeps the gap close between him and Jamong, even the Chronofluxes won't shut him down because he is melee. He will just use his Sinister Strike, spacebar through the Chronoflux, and then continue to wail and bail on Jamong until there's nothing left.
Wail and bail. That's the name of the game. Here comes the center orb again. Is able to dive in and secure it. 2-1-3s. So just a lot of poke going back and forth right now. Nothing too crazy. And actually pulling in Winghaven. But in cap as well, the barrier gets used, and Blanks is actually taking a decent bit of damage. Here comes the go already. Winghaven right in the middle of it. Finally gets himself out of there.
Back in, he will.
Couldn't connect. So
close.
The
Chronoflux securing the orb.
And he may have made 2-1-3 actually take one of his own right clicks or E's as well. I'm not positive, but goes in with the barrier, at least trying to regain some ground. We're just about dead even in terms of health at the moment, so it's anybody's round right now. And Winghaven soon is going to be coming up on an ultimate. Sizen panicked away. They're trying to wait it out for that orb. Blanks was able to grab it, I think. Just at the end?
I believe he used the excited push to move it away, and he was able to finish it off with a left click. But now Jamong's going to try and get hunted down.
Oh, weird. He does have that ult, or he did. And Petrify on the Sizen as well, thanks to Blanks. They're just keeping them pressured up here in the top part of the map. Here comes the ult. 2-1-3, able to just
sidestepping.
Sidestep, yeah. I mean, I thought that was a pretty secure one for Winghaven. Not the case. Blanks, though, needs to be careful. He's getting pressured. 2-1-3 himself, actually taking a lot of damage. Now Sizen and Winghaven are the aggressors, pushing them back into the opposite side of the map.
2-1-3 missing a few pivotal right clicks that would have brought Jamong closer to his level. But now he's going to stand there in the sand at the time that Q would have potentially killed him. Or I should say.
Now it's coming down to the wire. We are into overtime. Uldor goes down. Now it's Winghaven. He's got to go big 1v2. But the ultimate out from 2-1-3. Winghaven has nothing else to get away from it. And wow, what Project Horizon.
Holy hell, they're able to bring it back
up, man.
To game 9. We see 2-1-3 coming out of that with I mean, look at the protection from Blanks. 994, literally doubling pretty much Sizen's 512. My God, and then 626 damage from 2-1-3 out of his Rakan. They're starting to get that confidence. You close down. You don't want to like just deal with the range. You know they're gonna outrange you. Uldor, we saw the damage you can put out if you just let him sit there and wail on you.
This is the big one here. These guys, 2-1-3 able to secure that orb, and Chronoflux goes down as well. But winner of this round will take this first map in our best of 3 of this grand finals of the BattleRekt EU 2v2 tournament. Center orb is back up again, and the toxic goo out already, pushing Sizen back into it with the clarity potion, and he's just desperately trying to get away.
It actually worked.
And
Pulled him into him.
And Sizen as well. He is just trying to heal everybody up at the moment. Him and Winghaven both, but gets pulled right back in. Has to use Time Bender. Here's the ultimate.
And then he consumed it.
connect, because that consume, that was beautiful. 2-on-3 on the money. Oh, gets petrified right in the middle of his alto. Sizen has got to watch out. They're both pretty or just. Oh, look at this. The barriers back and forth. Sizen gets jumped on, though, by 2-on-3. Now Winghaven is in a 1 versus 2. And I don't know. He's going to be able to do this 2-on-3s. I think finally found his form. And now he's just getting hunted down by both these guys. Panic, Deadly, and Gecks all over the place. Jumong. Your boy Winghaven going down. Huge comeback from Project Horizon, taking the map 5-4 in full flow right now.
Winning the last 3 in a row. Incredible plays. As you said, they seem to be in form. They seem to have figured out what it takes to shut down this duo. Just lay that pressure on. Don't let them take advantage of their range.
Yep.
Just get close. Even Lucy, get up in there. Get those lethal injections. Get those panics. Try and separate them. They did a good job, and then they forced Jumong to try and put the pressure on while Old Door's in the back trying to lay on those sands of time, trying to get the heals, but then eventually they can just funnel onto him between the 0.7 silence, the 0.7 second silence from Rakan and Lucy's just everything. She has her petrify, she has her panic, but that goo on Old Door, waiting for that perfect moment of when he had no more mobility. He did not have a space bar, he couldn't really absorb anything. Get that goo, he took everything. He just used all of his right-click charges on himself, wasn't able to help out Jumong, and that honestly, that play right there is what sealed that last victory.
Yeah, that was huge play. Blanks, we've seen some crazy stuff from him in the Lucy department, but we do have a replay for you guys from that last game.
Yeah, we're gonna check out in game 8, 2-1-3. We saw he's a sidestepping monster. He jukes out of this quicksand damage, and then he pulls in, gets that first hit. He's going to try and use his R to dish out and get away from the damage. He gets away again from the rain of arrows, doing all this. He gets the barrier placed on him, and then he dodges another ability again, utilizing everything, gets the right click on Odor, and then spaces in and gets all the damage. So much mitigation. I mean, the amount of damage he just dodged was probably upwards of 60 damage. You would have easily been dead halfway through all that. And then again, he gets that ultimate to try and just pull in Jumong. Jumong has nothing left. He just takes claw after claw, cleave after cleave.
All day long, baby. And able to come back from a 3-round deficit nonetheless and take that first map 5-4. So we do have more to come, guys. Remember, it's best of 3. Best of 3, so.
Best of 3 maps, best of 9 within each map. It sounds confusing, but I promise it's not that hard.
Yell it.
The louder I am, I assume that means you guys hear it and absorb it more.
Yes, absorb.
That's how I live my life, really. I'm
the
just
information.
so loud that I assume everyone in the room knows exactly what I'm talking about and why.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard not to hear you sometimes, you know, when you're going off. So it's good. You know, it's
good.
It's authority.
Good.
It's authority.
Yeah.
You know, but so second map is on the way. Everybody's in lobby right now, getting readied up, and we'll be headed in there. We'll see if there's any team comp changes. That's one of the big things I'm ready to check out. But
I'm assuming a lot of it has to do with the map they're going to be on. If it's a map that's heavy for another one, you know, as we saw last time, we saw 2-3 swap from Rakan to Baco in the second map. We'll see if he does it again. But even just to talk about, again, that Rakan Lucy combo doesn't have any CC.
Yeah.
They really don't have any hard CC other than the panic. And she does have that petrify, but as far as stuns go, you know, where you can actually lock somebody down and deal that damage, or even roots, they really just have the pull, the silence. But the silence you have to build into a BattleRekt. So pre-BattleRekt, they're not left with much. But like I said, the combo with Lucy, putting the shield on Rakan allows him to play like a maniac. He's allowed to just go in and not care. The shield mitigates most of the damage he's going to take, and he can just start wailing on everyone. So I think that actually worked out for them. And then finally, when they were able to do that and pin them down, close that gap, don't let them capitalize on their range, and that's when they started to turn it around and take that first game.
Yeah.
Series.
First game.
We really got to get better at this.
Yeah,
I heard
first
people
game.
complaining about it. We are sorry.
Yeah, first game in our best of 3
Confusing.
of a match. Best of 9 rounds within the game. Yeah,
And there it is, folks.
We'll work on it.
There it is. The Baco comes out.
Yes, look at this. Doing the switch. This is the switch that 2-1-3 made last week in the
Finals.
yes, in the finals.
Against Telrosk, who are our last victors. But it's looking like Project Horizon is well on their way to becoming our second first place 2v2 BattleRekt champions. They are attempting. They are looking down. They can see the light. It's down the tunnel. Flower Power staring down the other barrel.
Yeah.
That one doesn't have really light at the end, more like a bullet.
that one is
one's
very
got-
scary. Yeah. So these guys, they gotta go big here. Blanks and 2-1-3, just one map away, one game away from taking the grand finals. So all comes down to this one, at least for now. Maybe a third if Sizen and Winghaven can get themselves back in it. And look at this Bulwark out already. I think they'll have a much easier time dealing with Winghaven with the use of the Bulwark as well. See if it pays off, but we do have a lot of walls as well. A decent bit of walls for 2-1-3 to utilize on this map as far as charges go. So right away, using that Bulwark and jumping away, collecting up a little bit of health and getting the barrier for Blanks as well. Oh, the Petrify, and he jumps, going in onto Old Door, just swinging away with his left clicks, hunting him down with the jump, but gets petrified. And we'll have to get himself
Snipe with an axe.
2-1-3's got that ultimate now. We've seen him do some crazy stuff, jumping on top of him.
What?
Oh, wow, he got
He hit
blasted
Baco. That was
all the way back towards the spawn. Oh, ultimate from Blanks. 2-1-3, whiffing wildly on that one. And now they have Winghaven pushed all the way back into the Project Horizon spawn as Blanks desperately trying to stay alive, rolling over to get some of those health orbs, and they'll be able to secure center as well. And slight health advantage for the Flower Power boys, the boys in red. But right now just posturing, waiting for this center orb to come back again. A lot of poke. 2-1-3. He's going to be up on his ult here soon as well. Winghaven has his, so they got to be careful using Bulwark already. So this is the time for the ult. And gets blasted back. 2-1-3.
Oh, the double in cap. They're not going to try and pin Jamong down. Leaving Old Door there to just silently watch his teammate get chunked, but they weren't able to do as much as they were hoping for. Another in cap.
Just pounding him into the wall. Gets in-capped himself, though. 2-1-3. And Winghaven and Sizen decently hurt here, and Blank's just desperately trying to keep 2-1-3 up on health here and keep that sustain going as he jumps back in. Nobody home. Sizen is going to regroup with him. Oh, taking him all the way outside of the map. Sizen should, he's desperately trying, even tried to use Chrono Flux to push himself back in. Now it's Winghaven 1 versus 1 and gets left click to death by 2-1-3. Came down to the wire, but a 1-0 lead for Project Horizon.
And now Baco is about to get a good deal stronger with his second battle right. He's going to get that stun. I believe it's round 2. Celerity potions. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wall slam. He's probably going to build it, knowing most Baco plays.
Yeah.
I'm actually sitting and just staring at a screen. We all are.
Well, I mean, that stun is
gone.
so useful.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why he picked Baco, strictly for this map, to get all those stuns, to get all that CC, and to deal that damage. We see his ult combo into the wall slam combo, into the right click.
Yep.
Just smashing the war axe from point blank, throwing it at them.
So, let's see how well that works for him. You can do some really good stuff. A lot of walls on this map to utilize for those charges and getting the stuns. So, see a battle for the orb. 2-1-3 charges it away and actually lets Winghaven's arrow come in to hit the orb so he can just body block for an easy left click to finish it off afterwards, which is just beautiful, really. 2-1-3. So now he's trying to get back in. He's just letting Blank sit in the back and keep him sustained, but he's actually managed to take a decent bit of damage. Big whiff on that ult from Winghaven, charging Sizen into the wall. Oh, so much burst onto 2-1-3. The goo comes out as well, but the clarity potion wasn't able to connect. So now Blanks and 2-1-3 are actually separated. That could spell some trouble since 2-1-3 is pretty hurt at the moment. Oh, that center orb's up. He's gonna have to use that war shout to give himself a little bit extra health. Barrier comes in just in time.
The fantastic push, pushing the orb out, taking the damage, but at least they didn't get the orb. Oh, he's gonna push it back in.
Pushing
Stuns
it right
against
back
the wall.
in. That's beautiful. Jumps on top of him. 2-1-3 hurt. Oldor's gotta use that ult to take Winghaven out. Ooh, man, but in the end,
Winghaven placed himself I feel like he just should have stunned Bako and tried to knock him out, but I think he was scared. He's gonna get down on it, and the clarity push is gonna push it away. We're gonna see Project Horizon going with another orb.
Bulwark.
Oh,
No, it's gonna connect. He jumps back in. Really needs some heals. Bulwark up just in time. Gets in cap though. Getting the barrier. Here comes the goo yet again. Winghaven goes down. 2-1-3, able to finish him off. Now it's just Sizen 1 versus 2. And 2-1-3 was able to keep himself alive. I have no idea how. Much thanks to Blanks for being able to keep him in it. And oh my, here comes the jump into Oldor, getting the stun into the wall here, and just such good Bako play from 2-1-3, stunning him yet again. Project Horizon taking the round. That's some textbook stuff.
Mitigating everything there at the end, and the greatest part, and I bet Bako feels great when you reflect Oldor's left click back at him with your Bulwark. He himself has to deal with his really annoying, stupid Sands of Time. Yeah, eat that, Oldor. Eat that, Sands of Time.
Yeah, take your Sands of Time and shove it.
Yeah,
shove it.
I mean, it's got to be satisfying because Sands of Time is really frustrating. Like I said, you need to use an iframe to get out of it, and it's hard to want to waste an entire iframe. Yes, it's a good chunk of damage, but it's nothing like a Croak ult. It's nothing like something you're going to deal with in the future. So, I mean, using an iframe to stay away from 12 damage, you might do it towards the end, but early on, you're probably just going to take it. Which means if he gets one left click, he's dealing 22 damage to you after the 3.5 second.
Which is just absurd. Really, I mean, if you're not careful, can sneak up on you pretty quick. So, Center Orb's up 2-1-3 is going to be able to secure that for Project Horizon. As Blanks is taking a decent bit of damage here. Got to be careful. We'll get healed up. Gets the end cap onto Oldor as he gets petrified as well and then charged into the wall. A lot of CC coming out from them. Project Horizon, that is. And he's just going to keep charging that orb all day long, though Flower Power was able to secure that one, I believe. Winghaven's got that full stick of butter ready to go. Just got to wait for Bulwark to be down. Really needs to make sure that Bulwark is down first there as he started to use it. And now 2-1-3 is going to have to get himself... Ooh, actually, he's got to get himself healed up. This man needs a heal. He's getting pretty hurt and actually takes Sizen into the wall. Oh, couldn't quite finish off the center orb. But now jumping right back in, gets that in cap, allowing him to maybe focus one down.
Oh, this could spell danger.
Panic. Oh, so much burst onto Winghaven. Got the goo panic.
2-1-5. 2-1-3.
Oh, he's so hurt. Gets the end caps on both of them. Charging Winghaven into the wall. Using material. He's so hurt. He needs the heals, but there was none left.
He has literally 1 HP left. Oh, he must feel devastated. So close to putting this into 2v1 again. Now Lucy, she does have the goo, but I don't know if it'll be enough. She might be able to take him out. She does.
Oh, was able to finish off Winghaven. Now it's a 1v1. This is still really tough. Oh, landing that E. Perfect timing. So much burst damage.
Laying it on.
But, man, this is going to be so tough for Blanks. Does get to petrify. And that E still, though, he's just going to do so much damage. The EX head click. Man, he's just pounding away. Oh, it's wild.
Oh, missing the panic.
Yeah, that was huge.
That was it. That was it. He's going to try and clarity potion away the sands of time, but it's not going to be enough. Getting pinned down Oldor. The amount of damage that man can put out. Look at it. He was top damage on his team, 847. Now, granted, he was alive a bit longer, so I'm assuming before Winghaven died, they were close to tied. But still, even tied, brutal. 947 protection from Lucy.
It is definitely brutal. And Blanks doing a great job of supporting 2-1-3 in the back line there, man, I'll tell you.
And
she's day.
She's going a build to try and suppress the opponent. She did go weakening Toxic, so if she can just keep that Toxic debuff on their enemies, they will take 20% less healing, which will be fantastic. And they'll also deal 10% less damage. And with Bako being able to sustain so much, that could be a huge chunk of his health left remaining. He'll have a little bit more max health when they get into the later stages of the match.
So, Orb is coming up. Should be seeing Sizen and Winghaven get themselves back in. But I mean, 2-1-3's been doing such a great job on Bako of just, charging that orb away every single time and allowing them to secure it a pretty good portion. pretty good portion of the time that the orb is up. So jumping in, trying to onto Sizen.
no!
Oh, that is tragic. Oh, look at him. He just stands there afterwards. Oh, right into the wall. Oh, that is really tragic for 213. Blank's just taking so much damage at the moment, too. Gets pushed back by that Time Bender, as well as 213 tried to charge in off of it, but now goes in, gets the in cap onto Sizen. See if he can maybe focus down Winghaven a little bit. But the orb will be up shortly now. 213's got to be careful, taking a lot of burst. Gets rooted as well. Will jump out, see maybe if he can go help his healer. Gets the barrier. Really needs more heals though. And uses his R, getting a beautiful bulwark as well to land right back on Winghaven's face, though Blanks and 213 are both really hurt, and there's only so many heals that Blanks can give out off of those cooldowns. That's trying to jump in. Sizen's just able to spacebar out of there, no trouble at all. They really need to get this orb if they want to keep themselves in the game, and they were able to secure it. They both have ultimates now as well. Blanks and 213 both. And here comes Enol trying to come out and connected with 213 from really long range. He's gonna jump in on top of them, tries to bulwark, but no, shut down by Sizen. 213 taken out of it. Blanks left all alone in a 1v2. And that will tie things up, folks, in our second map. 2-2.
That devastating Baco ult into the wall. That poor wall just getting destroyed. And then you just watch him stand there in disbelief, being like, my God, did I just do that? Just so defeated.
Yeah.
He gave up on the round as soon as that happened.
Oh, you saw him just like stand there for a second. He was just, what? He couldn't believe it.
Like a small child who just watched like his greatest Lego creation just get crushed by his little brother. Just the look of defeat.
Yeah, it's so sad. I almost feel bad for him. You can just see the sadness on his face. But that will tie it up, as we said, it's 2-2. And this is map 2 in our best of 3. 213 is taking quite a bit of damage here. Will take Sizen into the wall as well. Just hacking away with left clicks. Taken to town as well. That ult is gonna push him all the way back, and 213 is separated from Blanks. He's been cut off, and now they're just going on to Blanks, doing so much damage. Oh no, this is not good for Project Horizon. It does get the Petrify, but rooted in the process. 213's got to get back up there after getting that orb. Nothing he can do. And Lucy going down, and that should be 213 as well. Out of it, his flower power goes up 3-2.
This could be a significant amount of tilt factor. That ultimate, I mean, they seem to be playing a little bit slower now, not nearly as smart, but Uldur and Jamong staying close together. So whenever Baco does jump in, he can only bulwark in one direction, right? He took the advantage of the map. He chose Baco because he wanted to be able to utilize these walls, but they're doing a good job of trying to stay away from the wall when Baco's around. And when he does jump on him, they're just wailing on him. They're just like, you know what, if you're going to deal damage to us, we'll deal just as much to you, if not more. While Lucy does her best to try and Clarity Potion him when she can to try and keep those in caps from Jamong off of him.
Oh, there we go. Giving it to Winghaven this time. It got a bulwark and charge him into the wall. Oh, and getting the jump onto him as well. Charging yet again. Getting that stun. Oh, he gets Sizen in that one.
The axe.
That is just disgusting. 213 right back in. Here comes the goo as well. Sizen got caught in it for a second. Took a little bit of that DOT, but still managed to keep himself alive. He has his ultimate as well. Winghaven will shortly be coming up on his, but so far 213 and Blank's doing a great job of just laying on that pressure. Here comes the ult. Connected right at the last second. 213 tried to get that jump, or he did jump, but Winghaven hung on to that ult just a little bit longer for him to come back down.
Uldur with full energy right now. They could get a gnarly stun if they stick together. So right now you're going to see Blanks and 213 try and stay separated. But that's going to be a major iframe to whoever he does that to. Oh, pushing it out of the AoE.
He's able to secure the orb. Sizen's got to be careful. He gets in cap. 213 is going to take him into the wall, getting those left clicks. Getting the axe onto Sizen as well. And He'll jump back in, get another in cap. Oh my goodness, just absolute savagery from 213, laying on this pressure, though he's got to be careful. Starting to get chunked down by Sizen. Gets in cap, the barrier's on him. Oh, gets it right in the middle of the ultimate. It's still out there, Bulwark's down! Takes out 213. Blanks, though, takes a right click from Winghaven, and Sizen up top really hurts, just waiting for those charges to come back on the heels. Really wanted to try and focus down Sizen there if he could, but it's been too long. He's able to heal himself up. Blanks should be out of this anytime now. The goo
trying to push him back in.
Almost able to actually get him, but healed up in time. And there goes Blanks. 4-2 it is now for Flower Power.
We have seen this before, though. Project Horizon came back at the end, turned it around.
Yeah.
They figured out what they needed to do. They figured out how to shut them down. Right now, 2-3. If he plays a little bit risky, I mean, he's doing a fantastic job of landing his war stomps. I mean, that EX space, that is tough to do, and it gives you a 2.5-second in cap. So he lands it on one, turns to the other, or he uses it to line up his burst, line up his stun, make sure they're between him and a wall, and he can get that slam in, and then just get that full right-click War Axe. I mean, that fully charged War Axe alone dishes out.
I think 24.
Yeah, I believe a fully charged right-click dishes out 26, I think.
26.
24 to 26.
So either way, it's a decent chunk of damage just for, you know, getting in there, getting some left clicks in, and then being able to just land one of those right clicks, which 213 is excellent at doing. So
wasted Bulwark.
Goes in, tries and snags up some of that health. And center orb is up here as well, uses Bulwark. And actually now 213 has his ultimate, uses the R, that buff, try and get in on Winghaven, uses that Bulwark again. Oh, Blank's just rolling away from that ult in the nick of time, gets the in cap, is gonna get a stun onto Sizen as well as he charges him into the wall. Bulwark down again, Panic. Still has that ult, Blanks, 213, there it is though, Sizen using his ultimate to try and get Winghaven out of it, even though 213 already connected, and the toxic goo coming out as well, though Winghaven had his space to get out of there. And Sizen actually eats up Blanks' Panic and throws it right at 213 to get him out of there, but center orb back up yet again. So that in cap.
Oh, no,
stun.
that might spell the end. Jamal might
so
just
hurt.
be alive because of material, but he gets hunted down by the axe.
There it is, just Sizen left alone, and there is a full ult there. Oh, here comes the goo. So much damage, so much damage, and giving the ult for good measure just to make sure. And he literally was done. But look at that, Project Horizon yet again, when their map is on the line, they come up big and get around.
Too dramatic.
I know, man. Why can't they just do it earlier?
But, okay, the way Jamong went down, he got panicked away. While he was panicking, we saw War Axe just cleave him in the back. Then he got wall slammed, and then he got ult slammed, and then he got left click. A bunch.
A bunch. Yeah. That's the 213.
Stupid damage.
Yeah, stupid damage. That's exactly the words I was looking for.
Yeah. We're really eloquent here.
Yeah, as you can tell, I use the words super and awesome for adjectives, but anyway, here comes a barrier is going to be down on the 213. And get it chunked pretty hard. He'll jump in, get the end cap, and then Lucy getting the petrify, shoving Sizen into the wall. 213's got to be careful though, man. Got to take some heals because he's already decently hurt. Oh, we should be able to get that orb. Secures it. The orb was at 1. Now charges back in, stunned on both of them. Gets petrified, slapped in the face by the lantern of Sizen. Oh my goodness, what a bulwark! Winghaven almost goes down from it too. That's a massive bulwark. And now he's gonna jump right back in. Gets the in cap, takes down Chumong. Sizen so hurt, the goo comes out. God! What a play! 213 from the bulwark into just absolutely giving Sizen and Winghaven a trip to Pound Town.
That timing could not have been closer just as he gets out of the in cap. I wonder if he was just smashing it.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
was just, you could probably hear it in the other room, just him smashing that cue. It's his face palming the board. It doesn't matter, he shoves Jamong's ult right back into his face.
and now Project Horizon has
Game
mercy,
number 9.
baby. They have the opportunity to shut this one down right now and become champions of the EU BattleRekt 2v2 number 2 finals. And man, this is down to the wire yet again. Round 9. So team's just posturing at the moment. Oh, he's gonna take Sizen into the wall. Stun time bender was used as well. He's gonna jump in, gets that in cap onto Winghaven, puts him into the wall, and gets the stuns. He also has his ultimate 2-1-3. Bulwark goes out. Here comes the goo as well. Winghaven is so hurt. Going for the ult, taking him all the way out of it. Now it's just Sizen 1 versus 2. This is Project Horizon's chance to end the game and become the champs, and I think that is exactly what is going to happen. Sizen goes down. Project Horizon are the champs.
The most dramatic team I've ever witnessed. Bringing it to Game 9 in both after being down, having to mount a 3 and a 4 game comeback. Oh my.
That is crazy. I can't.
Well, they did the same thing last week. They brought it to Game 9 in all 3 rounds. Congratulations to 2-1-3 and Blanks going home today with the first prize, $200. And just as big a congratulations to Flower Power.
Oh, man.
Did so well. They clutched it for the beginning of each round, and towards the end, they just weren't able to hold the victories. It just 2-1-3 and Blanks were able to figure out what their problem was. They were able to deal with the duo.
Yep.
Oh,
and that
going
was
on with $100 today. Congratulations to Flower Power as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't even. We could replay that whole match.
Yeah, seriously. We have a replay for you guys.
We do a replay. It's in Game 8. It is the 2-man ult from Bako. This was perfect. It actually worked in his favor. We're going to see the Petrify. Uldor jumps in to help him, but he ends up getting caught in the ultimate. Then we see the in cap coming in.
Oh, man.
And then this was it.
Oh,
just as it happens, you're going to see him get pushed, and then Bulwark last second into Jamong.
Disgusting.
Just as it comes into play, incredible reaction. This is going to be the end of that round. This is going to bring them into the final, into that 9-game round. Jamong's just going to be taking too much damage. The in cap, which allows them to line up the slam. He ends up getting Jamong instead, finalizing it, getting a couple of axes. I mean, he was done. Uldor, he must have felt so defeated. That double ult was massive.
Yeah, it's so well done by Project Horizon, man. These guys definitely deserve the win, facing the adversity, coming back and taking it in the end. 9th round of both maps. It's hard to get better than that.
After being down so far.
Yeah, that was awesome to see. Awesome to see. You know, after last week too, especially when they came so close, you know, and they couldn't pull it out. Good to see him able to get a win this week as well. And as you were saying, big shout out to Flower Power as well. $200 is going to go home in the pockets of Project Horizon. Yeah, I almost slipped for a sec. And then yeah, Flower Power, as you were saying, will take home 100 as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket and see what we saw throughout the day today. So you can see where these guys made it through, where they grinded their way out. Project Horizon first taking down PogChamp, then Auto Rhino, whatever the nose and throat guy, I forget what it's called. Yeah, Project Horizon.
Rhinologist.
Then beating Flower Power in the end.
Mantis.
They got the victory. Mantis, yes, don't forget
the
Mantis.
Yeah, Flower Power. I mean, both those semifinal games, so fun to watch, especially that finals. I mean, Flower Power, you must feel a bit defeated, but seriously, don't feel too down on yourselves.
Yeah.
We've watched them do it. They will do it again. Project Horizon, when they want to turn it around, they can. Flower Power, you played so well.
Yeah.
But Project Horizon, you played just a tad bit better.
Just a teeny bit.
Yes.
Teeny bit.
And you know, going with the Bako, exactly what I expected. He had the Rakan the first map.
Yep.
That map did not favor Bako, but the second map, he just clutched it. He really did.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, I'm sure we'll see some sick Twitch clips from that final game. Oh, yeah. I'm sure they'll be on there. So yeah, it was a good game nonetheless. Guys, remember too, if you want to interact with us, keep up with things BattleRekt related, what have you, you can go ahead and follow us on Twitter at BattleRekt. And of course, if you want to sign up for these lovely tournaments and participate in some of the fun, you can go ahead and go to BattleRekt.com. Click on the links there, and it'll take you to the GGN website where you can get signed up, 3s and 2s tournaments, all that good stuff. It's a lot of fun. We had fun today.
Yeah, and it's a free open sign-up. You know,
Yeah,
we're putting
absolutely.
prizes. We want you guys to have fun. Let us know what you think of the tournament when you're inside of it as well. Again, we really want the feedback from you guys. And, you know, we're going to be streaming a lot. We're going to be streaming every Tuesday and Friday for the remainder of this month.
Yeah.
So definitely tune in if you're here on Twitch. You know, throw us a follow. Why not? Check it out. In the future, we're going to be going on again tonight for North America 2v2s. We're going to see if we can get... I mean, EU always starts off the day. They set the bar way up there. They've done it every time, and NA has to try their best. And they do a fantastic job, so feel free to join us again there as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be even more fun to be had later on. So as he was saying, come around later. We'll be here. We'll be here and ready to watch some sick old BattleRekt. See if NA can maybe keep up with the EU guys a little bit. But I think as far as that goes, that will do it for us for now, at least. So we will be back later. Be sure to tune in then, 8 p.m. Pacific time. You can catch us then. We'll be back for NA 2v2s. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We love you all so much, and we will see you later tonight. Have a good one.